Hello, hello, hello. It's another glorious day, my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your crumpets together because it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat.
Darling.
Hey, hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Ow! Hey! What's going on to all of my tea sippers, my crumpet dunkers, my tea brewers, my pot stirrers, and my tea leaf readers? What's your tea, darlings? It's another glorious day out here, and I know you have all of your crumpets together, darlings, because it's time to dish tea, and you are dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meats. What's happening, babies? Whew. Child, is another one of them days. Today was a lazy day from hell. Well, not from hell. No, not from hell. This here was just a lazy day from wherever. Okay, because I did absolutely nothing. Okay, I did not feel it. Y'all know we lost the hour because the time moved up. Honey, I was so glad that I didn't have to go with Haji today. I was so glad because I just did not feel it, honey. I just didn't feel it. And I said, okay. So what I did was I got up out the bed rather late, honey. When I noticed that I was up, child, it was already almost 3 o'clock. Okay. And I was like, damn, okay, really? So I got up and I found this docuseries on Netflix. And I want to talk about it today. It's called Amend. Okay. Are you guys hip to it? Amend is narrated by Will Smith. In fact, it's produced by he and his team over there at Overbrook Productions. He's executive producer. And it is all about the plight and the fight for the 14th Amendment. Okay. And for those of you who don't understand what the 14th Amendment is, actually, you know what? Let me pull it up. That's what I could do. Let me pull it up and let me read it to you. Okay. Because this here is the amendment that everything is pulled from. Okay. That grants us citizenship and et cetera, et cetera. It reads as follows. Now, this is section 1. I'm not going to read all the sections. This is section 1. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of the law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protections of the law. Okay? Now that's the preamble or section 1. Okay. There's 3 more sections to this. Okay. Oh, wait a minute, there's more. Hold on, I'm sorry. That's section 5. There may be more, but I have not read the whole thing because it is really, 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 really okay. But it's the 14th Amendment, and in this, I think it's 6 parts to this docuseries. It explains what has gone on throughout the time, why the 14th Amendment was needed, how it was fought to be needed, and this, that, and the other, and it takes us all the way up to current times. What I find to be fascinating about this is when you look at it, and we look at everything that's being fought, all of the civil rights, all of the human rights, all of the women's rights, everything is being fought under this particular amendment, that we should all have the same equal rights and protections under the law. And no state has the power to deprive anybody of these protections or any kinds of anything without due process, which means that if I have to go to court for something, and I become a prisoner or this, that, and the other, that then is when we talk about rights and this, that, and the other, because they should be limited. They should not be taken away. They should be limited. If you're locked away, then you can't vote while you're in jail because you're locked away. You missed that right to vote. Okay, and this, that, and the other. But there's a lot of stuff that needs to be considered, and right now, I have to watch the last part, um, um, so that I can be finished with the docuseries. Um, uh, with it, it's the last part has to deal with immigration and those who coming in, and we're talking about, you know, up under the former administration and this, that, and the other. Uh, um, how the building the wall, and how we're fighting for immigrants' rights and this, that, and the other. How immigrants are being treated over here. What's the pros and the cons and this, that, and the other. This docuseries, honey, is absolutely fabulously produced. I love how it's shot. Each particular piece stands out on its own, but I like how each particular piece leads into the next. So you can follow it. Okay. What's episode 2? What's episode 3? Because the end of the first of the one is the intro to the next. Okay. It's absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Um, so I want to get all off into that. Um, and then, let's talk about the 14th Amendment and things, and understanding how is it that we as American people, particularly now in this particular day and age, isn't it just absolutely mind-boggling that here we are in this day and age and we're still talking about fighting for freedoms and equality under the law, because quite frankly, it's the verbiage, the way how stuff is written. It doesn't, because it's not quote unquote written this way. Now you have to go in and fight for your particular inclusion to be included in it. You know what I'm saying? And it's a whole big to do. And when you watch this particular series, honey, it's going to take you there. It's emotional. Um, and when you look at it, it's very eye opening, because when we talk about the protesting and carrying on, it just baffles me that in this day and age, in 2020, 2019, 2020, 2021, you know, when you look at our protesting signs that carrying on, that basically these are the same signs. If you look at the footage from back in the day, from the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and all that marching and stuff from back then, you know, if you look at those signs and then look at what we're having now, because they show you, they do a cross comparison, it is simply ridiculous that it's the same language, the same verbiage. We're fighting for the same exact things, and it's time and time and time again. And in the fight, we are fighting with antiquated bullshit, because of those who, we were talking about this on the forums on the last show, about those who feel as though, this is a Christian nation, and now you want to sit up here and throw religious rights and morality into the equation and want to designate that to be the law of the land, when all of that is so subjective. And because you disagree, the powers that be are the ones to sit down there and say, hey, well, because it ain't supposed to be that way, blah, 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 blah. Okay, women, women. Let me and I love going here because see, I think we understand it a little better when we take it to this side of the argument. Women, what was it? What is it like? Not was. What is it like for you to be told that you can't do something simply because you're a woman? Not because that well, you may not be strong enough, well, this is considered to be man's work. You out here with the jackhammer and this, that, and the other. You out here, doing electric work, or you out here working on the car. Ain't no woman supposed to be doing that, but yet you can. And you know how to do it because you're self-sufficient. You know how to use a hammer. You know how to use a screwdriver and wrenches and carrying on. You know how to do all that. Okay. But simply because you are female, you were told that you can't do it. Huh? How about that? How about understanding and knowing, and I didn't know this until I was looking at the documentary, that there at the time there were states that sat there and told women that there were certain things that you just couldn't flat out do. They had produced laws and said that a woman can't do X, Y, and Z. Fuck. Simply because you are a woman. And your place, because now here's where they want to throw religion in, because they said, well, the creator deemed it so, that your place was to be at home. Your place was to be, this, that, and the other, at home, cooking, cleaning, taking care of the children, taking care of your husband. How about this? Because they said this in a documentary, and I didn't know this. I did not know this. I've heard about it, but I heard about it in just as in women talking. I did not know that this was a law. That in certain states or whatever, they were trying to tell you that women couldn't work at a certain time of the night because of the nighttime elements. Okay, she was exposing herself to night elements and things, and that seedy element, and that there was a detriment to her because that would keep her from performing her wifely duties and things at home. I.e., you ain't supposed to be out at night because you're supposed to be at home fucking your husband. Yeah. Okay. So how about that, ladies? Huh? Wait a minute. That got Nikki. Wait. She done popped up on. Okay, I knew that was gonna get you, girl. Let me know when you're ready to come in. Oh, okay. Wait. 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 No, you know what? You know what, Heifer? You ain't gonna work me. You not gonna work me. She just said, no, fuck this. I need to be on camera for this. Give me the thumbs up when you're ready, girl. Is that was that the thumb up? Did you just do? Oh, okay, she ready. Come on up here, girl. Girl. Wait a minute, I can't hear you. There you go. There we go. I got you. I got you.
I can't hear nothing. Okay, can y'all hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
I can't hear you.
Oh, shit. It was just the other way around before. But now you know you were here twice.
Oh, wait. I'm going to leave out and come back.
Okay. Hey, what's going on to cheering? Hey, big sis, what's going on, baby? My nephew was in here. What's up to Israel? Hey, what's going on? Hey, hey, hey. The princess is here. She said, I'm here for the tea, honey. Well, we finna get the tea because y'all know today is, I said what I said Sundays, honey. I'm going to put the link back up in here so that y'all will know how to do this, okay? Y'all know I'm a time y'all. Okay, there we go.
Can y'all hear me? I can hear
you hear me? Okay, there we
Baby,
go.
I was sitting down here. All I had on was the wig cap and everything. I was going to stay camped down till you stood listening. Because I've been watching that docuseries, so.
Okay. Listen, I'm telling you that there is everything.
Yeah,
okay.
I didn't realize it was like written like that. But yeah, that's exactly what it's saying. You can't do them certain jobs at night because your ass supposed to be home to open your damn legs whenever your husband says.
You're supposed to be at home at night to be there with your husband. And I did not realize that, all this time that was part of the fight. I heard about it as a kid. I remember ladies saying all that. I even remember episodes of Maud and all that, when they were talking about, well, wait a minute, honey. Yes, I know I have a husband, but I'm a person too. I got goals and dreams of this, that, and the
I
other.
got shit I got to
And
do
so,
too.
right. So I heard it in jest. I did not know that it was that serious, And so, the whole idea of who wear the pants, that whole idea and carried on. Then now I remember the name, I just did not know, and I did not recognize this, that just last January 2020,
Uh-huh.
that the 38th state had ratified so that the Equal Rights Amendment can now be presented to be part of the Constitution, so that women can be. It's not written in the Constitution that women are citizens.
But this is the shit right here. This
I was
is
like,
what makes me
damn.
mad when it comes to the United States. And everybody's like, we're the land of the free and the home of the brave. It might be some brave motherfuckers here, but it ain't too many of us free. Let's be clear. It's a bunch of brave people here. But free people, that's that 1%. We're going to talk about the 1%. Because if we know that all these things are wrong, right? The Constitution should have been done away with and rewritten from scratch.
From scratch.
Not amended. Not amended. It should be written from scratch. This is some bullshit that you got to go back every so many years to see if black people can still vote, to see if women get these rights, to see if this, and see if that's some bullshit, and they know it.
And they know
So
it.
the land
And they
free,
know
y'all
it.
can kiss my ass. And people all around the world always trying to flock here. Baby, y'all shit might not be the best, but don't think this the best either.
Okay.
Because we
That's,
still,
but what it
women
is,
and people of color, people, my friends in the alphabet community, women, people of color, alphabet community, period. We still getting treated like 3/4 of a fucking person.
how about that? And so,
3/5, I mean.
oh, that's a good question, Jan. Why are we still begging for our rights in 2021?
Period.
Hello.
That's why I said
Listen.
that shit can't be amended. What are you amending?
Exactly.
What are you amending?
But here's the thing, though. Because the amendment is there, this is why I'm telling y'all, go and watch this on Netflix, honey. It's called Amend.
I'm watching it. I've been watching it since the day it aired.
It's called Amend. Y'all go catch this on Netflix. It's 6
Willow's
episodes.
picture is on it. If you first click on it, you're gonna see Willow's face.
Okay. This here, I'm telling you, it is absolutely eye-opening and groundbreaking. And I'm gonna tell y'all something that I learned, because I did not know this. What's that? Oh, wait a minute, Stewart. Pauly Stewart. Okay. She was and I think I don't know if she's still alive. I believe she's still alive. She they said she is the granddaughter of a slave and the great granddaughter of a slave owner. Okay. And what I thought was so significant was the fact that in her quest of fighting for equality and winning cases and taking on challenging positions in the legislature, well, in the judicial system, that is. When Laverne Cox sat up there and said that all this time, honey, she could not transition because she was one who felt that she was a trans man, but at that time she could not take testosterone because it was illegal. And I did not know that. I was like, oh my God, just to know what that was. So I done got curious about her life, to see, how was it that she was able to live, what she did to, to make a living and carrying on how she was seen in the world. Looking at her picture, she was a light-skinned person. So I'm sure that she was biracial of some sort, or because of her bloodline, being that she's the granddaughter of a slave
owner.
slave owner, that means that somewhere in there, honey, master done got up in there. Okay, so that just wrecked me, and carrying on. This series is so eye-opening. It talks about Frederick Douglass, and of course we go all the way back to before the amendment was needed, and before it became an amendment, and why they had to put it in the Constitution, and this, that, and the other. And this is absolutely everything. Okay, absolutely everything. And one of the things that I would like to know too is, at this particular point, the I want to talk about, or I would like to talk to the descendants of some of those decision makers.
Oh, yes.
You know what I'm saying? Some of their descendants, particularly Governor George Wallace from Alabama. Okay, I would love to have a conversation with his descendants. Okay, considering what he was so staunch about as far as keeping segregation and this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 in the form that it is. Because see, now here's the thing: now that we are in this conscious community, or conscious way of thinking, of saying that segregation or integration was not necessarily the best thing for us.
Remember, I said that before. Like, not that I'm prejudiced or anything. I feel like it could be 3 places. You understand what I'm saying? Separate people that want to be separate. You want to be over here, you want to be over there, and the people who don't give a damn.
I think what it is that the fight for integration was lovely, but what happened, we got so busy fighting for integration that we forgot to take care of home.
And that's what I was saying. It was like, and I still say this, and y'all see, I fight about this every time. Why we keep fighting to be somewhere where they don't want us to fucking
Where they don't want us, right?
What we should have been fighting for is for our shit to be as equal as theirs, not to have to be able to infringe on their shit. You know what I mean? I ain't got no fucking problem with it.
I got to be there.
Like you. It's
exactly. But if that's the case, then give me the tools, because back in the day when we didn't have the tools to build the schools, that didn't have the books and this, that, and the other. If you don't want me there,
remember the places that we did, they burn them down.
They burn them down. So now, So now it's the catch-22. You don't want me there. So when I got my shit, you want to burn it up. So what the fuck
you want to burn it up because my shit was looking better than your shit.
How about that?
You had to come over. When you watch the real documentaries of Tulsa, because we like to say Black Wall Street and people think only Tulsa, but it wasn't just Tulsa.
It wasn't just Tulsa. Research.
But when you just do that one on Tulsa there's a documentary, I think it's like 1 hour and 20 minutes or something like that. The thing was, the people from the white town were coming into.
Who put white people in charge of passing out rights? Okay, I like that.
Okay,
that needs to be a T-shirt.
Borrowing from us. You know what I'm saying? They were owing us. You were poor and didn't know what you was doing, because you keep on forgetting that was us that created everything that made it run smoothly for you. So then when we start doing it for ourselves, shit start coming up. Then you're like, oh shit. What we gonna do? Because they ain't really. Some of them is still working for us, but not a lot of them.
Right. Okay.
So we tear down they shit.
Oh, wow. Okay, you know what? Wait a minute. We got the children wanting to come up in here. All right, y'all know this is I said what I said Sunday. Israel, I saw you. I was about to bring you in, but he dropped out. He'll be back. But right now, what I want to do, I want to bring up Lanier. Lanier Xavier has come in.
Hey, Lanier.
And he's been real vocal and carrying on in the comments. So he decided he wanted to show his face. So Lanier, hey baby.
Hey baby.
What's going on?
I can't hear you for some reason.
I love when I see you in the comments. I get to see you.
You can't hear? Okay, wait a minute. Go out and come back in. Okay, go out and come back in. Okay, whatever this is. You know what? We're gonna do this right now.
So it might be something in the air.
We're gonna do this right now, honey, because you know what? The little micro screens and carrying on want to act real crazy. Loose here. because we're going to talk today. You understand? We talking today. Lucia now. Lucia. Okay. Okay. Come on, Lucinda. Lucia.
Yes.
Okay. Lucia now. Hello. As Black people, we will never be accepted. We should learn to stick together and move forward. It's exhausting. It is exhausting. You know, but here's the thing. I don't know if one of the things that I say is stop looking for affirmation. I mean, maybe acceptance or completion. Look for acknowledgement, honey, because you cannot deny the fact that I'm here. You cannot deny the fact that my contribution is here. And you cannot deny the fact of this, because all of us now, see, we got power called tax money. Motherfucker, as long as you get tax money away from me, bitch, that means that I'm a citizen all day long. That means that all of my needs are supposed to be met. As long as you are taking coin from me in the name of taxes. Here?
Come on. Come on.
That means that I'm all kinds of citizens. Okay? Come on back. Lanier. Let me see. Wait a minute. Hold on. There we go. Is that better?
I hear you now. You hear me?
All right. There we go. Come on, baby.
Yeah.
What you got for me, baby?
Well, the topic is two topics I was thinking of, but one can be very easily go into the other. The main topic I was thinking about, when are we going to start talking more about, when is we as a society going to start talking more about sexual white male entitlement and all the issues that's in our society that's connected with it?
You better come on. Yes, it's Sunday. Let's do it.
I said what the fuck I said. Let's go. Break that down there, Lanier. I'm a solo you. Break that down. You got the flow.
Go ahead.
Well, one of the things that kind of sparked it for me, with me, it's always a topic that sparks the whole thought. And with this, I was thinking about the whole thing that happened with Piers Morgan this week and his storming off the stage, and with his whole thing about against Meghan Markle. And I realized it's like he's just another, uppity white male that is probably feeling like, how dare this, in his mind, Black girl dare turn me down?
Right.
And we've seen this repeatedly throughout history. I mean, this is a behavior that's been like back in slavery days of them raping the slaves and raping the Native Americans. I mean, matter of fact, I recently wrote a Facebook post which made me think about this, because I've experienced it myself in gay bars, of when I'm like maybe in a sexual environment and I turn a white guy down, numerous times. Right. He gets to a certain point where he's ready to get violent with me, with the attitude. So I realized this is a thing that's been going on throughout history. So I think we as a society definitely need to start talking about how prevalent it really is in our society.
You know what? I'm gonna give you that, and I'm gonna lump that into slave mentality residue. Because see, on that note, if we look back, even because we wasn't there, I know I have stories from my great grandmother and aunts and uncles of carrying on. But when we look at that television and what they show us, what it was about, the white woman did that to the Black man. Okay, because she was turned down from her husband. Okay, there was no such thing as her being turned down from the slave child too. Okay. Oh no, Miss Millie, that can't happen. But because she's the white woman and carrying on that, she got what she wanted. She had the power to now say, no, nigga, you gonna come up in here, you gonna get this cooch, and this, that, and the other. So that whole reacting violently if you turn them down, that's slave mentality residue. Because that there to help. whenever we say that, we keep looking at it from a Black perspective as far as us on the end of being the slave and being up under rule of thumb. But those who had the power, a lot of that has trickled down too, because they feel as though that they still have control. They're supposed to be in control. They're supposed to this. And a lot of it also comes from not just those who are in a position of power, because we already knew that the bourgeoisie those children have always been the ones who were the finger pointers and this, that, and the other. It's the poor white folk. It's the trash, the so-called poor white trash. That's where the whole idea of white privilege comes from. It comes from them, because they feel because they've got white skin that everything they supposed to be entitled to because they were white. Listen, if you couldn't get no job because the slaves had the jobs, okay, they wasn't paying the slaves. You couldn't get no job because you couldn't get paid. So now what, you mad because the slave got the job that you wanted and you can't make no money. So what did you do? You antagonized the slave because you could. Why? White privilege. Okay, because you could. And it was fun. It became fucking an American pastime. You know? So a lot of that is what we have seen. It has been reenacted. And let me bring this up to speed, because I keep using the term slavery carrying on, but I want y'all to go through when y'all were kids. Y'all been around when y'all seen poor white folks in the hood with the poor Black folks. But it always seemed that though, because they were white, shit was supposed to be better for them. If you got something that they didn't have, what happened? It always started some kind of fight. It always had some kind of you think you better than us kind of attitude. And it became something out of nothing. That is slave mentality residue. So that there is something that has to be discussed, because see, I wish Haji come on up in here, because Haji's thing is this. He believes that a lot of the times we as Black folks, that the whole idea of integration and carrying on meant that it was okay for us to have sex with white women or white boys or whatever. It was okay, yeah. Because that became the prize, that became the trade-off, that became the acceptance card, that became, and in a lot of cases.
But I'm glad you said that. Hold on, because I'm glad you said that, because I think a lot of times, and not all, but I'm gonna say some Black men who get with white women and stuff like that, sometimes I feel like it's a payback.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a payback. And the thing about it is us as Black women, we will see it as, oh, now you get some money or something, you won't go get a white woman. No, I think in their mind, that's the most precious thing to them, just like we were to the Black man, and they came and they stole and they raped and they did all this stuff. So sometimes I believe we still have that slave residue too.
Hello?
Oh, remember when?
Right.
Because remember, you'll hear a Black man say, yeah, I get a white woman because she'll do whatever I wanted to do.
Because see, okay, you finna go open up. Hold on. Mega cut Pierce chocolate fantasy. Cut off. That's why he mad. Okay. Exactly. Because they were friends at one point. Now she all bunch of bitches and shit. You know, true. We're more citizens.
But she probably was trying to tell that motherfucker what was going on, and he didn't want to hear it.
Right. True. We're more citizens than anyone. That's why I tell Black folks that flag is ours. It has been all our people's blood on it, the past and now. How about that, Lola? I did that.
And I say the same thing. Like when they go back to Africa, bitch, I ain't never been there. I'm gonna visit what the fuck I can afford to. When I'm telling me to go back to no place where generations and generations of my fucking family is here. This is our shit.
Mine too.
To go back to somebody, you take your monkey ass back to where the fuck you came from.
How about that?
I got Native American in my family too, so
exactly.
I'm more American than they are.
Listen, my mom was talking about that. Explain it to me. I was talking to my mom about like her childhood, and because I didn't know my great grandparents and stuff like that, and she was telling me, and she was like, my great grandfather, my grandmother's father, He was Native American. He was Blackfoot Indian. And she was saying how when he came to see them, because it tripped me out when she said this the other day. She said, I didn't get it. Because like my mom, my aunt mom, like my mom, her sister, her two brothers was other brothers too, but you know, my grandpa was a hoe. But the ones that my grandmother had, you know, two of them are like my complexion and two of them are darker, like my kids. My oldest and my younger is chocolate, and the ones in the middle are like a little lighter than me. She said my great-grandfather came, saw my aunt mom. Lanier, if you hear me say that, it's because my aunt helped raise me, so I called her mom too. But saw her and said, oh, we got another dark one. She said that shit confused the fuck out of me. She said that was the first, like when he came in the door, because he hadn't seen her yet. He had seen my uncle, because it was my mom, then my Uncle Rom, then my Aunt Mother Jackie, and then my Uncle Raymond. Raymond is like maybe my complexion or a little darker, but he wasn't as dark as Ronald and Jackie. And my mom was a little like my complexion, a little lighter. And said that he saw her and said, oh, we got another dark one. Now, remember I told you my grandmother on my father's side, my mother told me when she first saw me, and this is like the 10 I've had since I've been in Georgia, but if y'all see other pictures, I'm very much lighter. But
yeah, you are. Yeah.
But she said that when I was born, she said that I was too dark to be my father's child. This coming from a woman who is black as the tar in the straight.
Child, I had just the opposite,
that I was too dark to be my father's child. I look just like my father. Have you?
Right. Now, catch that, because mine was just the opposite. It was my grandfather. My daddy's daddy. Okay, who was color struck, Mississippi born and carrying on, color struck. That boy he was dark as night. My mother is dark skinned. Okay, and because when I was born, now I'm like I have a birthmark where it has my original skin tone when I was born. Okay. And I may be like 4 or 5 shades darker than what I was when I was born. Okay. So when they took me around, my grandfather told my daddy, that ain't none of your child, because ain't nothing that light come out of nothing that dark. Until 3 weeks later, when my cousin was born, my mother and my aunt are the exact same shade of mocha chocolate. The exact same shade. And my cousin was white. I told you that before. My cousin, his nickname was White Boy. We called him White Boy.
And now we're 50. Well, he'll be White Boy.
Yeah. He'll be 51 on the 26th. And now he looks like a white boy with a tan. You know, because he's got dark over the years, but we still call him White Boy. Okay.
It's like my complexion, you know, he has that copper. Like, you know, like some of the Native Americans are darker, and then some of them got that copper, like my skin tone.
Right.
That. But you can tell because, like, when he lets his hair grow up, I always tell him, I'll be like, you looking like Eddie Monster. Because his hair grows straight up, like it's straight. It doesn't even have the wave pattern until he gets it cut down low, like Lanier's. But he might get his hair cut maybe only once a month. So when he's growing up, it's just standing straight up. And I just be like, yo. Like, put a head you look crazy.
Okay. So,
but Lanier, our parents and everything, our grandparents, the color struckness of it all. And it always surprised me when it came from the darker skinned ones. Like I said, my father's mother, even my aunt mom, Jackie was darker and she was color struck as shit. And I'm like,
but part of that, going back, connected to the documentary, part of that had to do with wanting better for the child, because now it's like, okay, if you come out lighter, you have a better chance of getting over in this world, you know. So I cannot necessarily fault them for their train of thinking. I can fault them for their fucking treatment, because you don't treat me because of this, that, and the other, goddamn it. But the thinking was, you know, if your skin was lighter, you could be better. You have a better chance. You could get up out of this, you know. And especially for those who thought that the house was better than the field, you could get a better job. You could, you know what I'm saying? So because of that, a lot of that thinking, that slave mentality and that thinking and carrying on. That there is that. And then coming out of slavery, let's look at what society has done. Because the standard of beauty now, we have all subjected ourselves to the idea that lighter is better. Okay, Hollywood does it because when they say black women and carrying on, it is always the tan girls, the light, the yellow girls and carrying on, beautiful features. They're beautiful girls. But when it's a dark skinned girl, she's always got to be exotic. Oh, you got such exotic
or this
features.
One. She's beautiful for a darker girl.
Yeah, and so
what the fuck does that even mean? I'm like,
I've been told that myself, actually.
Remember, because we just said that about Coming to America. When we seen the oldest daughter, all of us was in here like, she is gorgeous. My brother was like, who is that? Like, we waited for the credits to see who she was. She's so fucking gorgeous.
Yes.
You didn't hear us say she's gorgeous for the dark-skinned girl. No, she's gorgeous. That damn girl is amazing.
If y'all have not seen my review, go up on my YouTube page, because I say in my review, I really believe that was done intentionally on purpose, because they had to pay homage to Miss Madge Sinclair. Because I said, if this heifer don't look like her grandmama, if she ain't that regal beauty, that dark regal beauty like her grandmama, with them cheekbones and everything.
Everything of it. It was amazing.
Okay.
Like, and I hate that it's not an equal number. We only get a few who are darker women for them to say that they're beautiful. Like, you don't want. That's why I love that they didn't make Leslie look all crazy.
Right.
They made her look beautiful.
And baby, and then when they glammed her up,
gave it to it. Yes.
When they glammed her up, bitch. That dark regal beauty.
Ever noticed her fucking cheekbones?
Yeah.
The motherfuckers are.
I'm gonna tell you somebody else.
People get implants to have cheekbones like that.
Like that, and those are natural. I'm gonna tell you somebody else. Leslie Jones is the new Whoopi Goldberg as far as that scale of dark skin beauty. How they always talk about how ugly she is, or she ain't real attractive. Oh, she look like a man. She need a. And they did Whoopi Goldberg the exact same way. But have y'all ever seen Whoopi made? Have y'all ever seen Whoopi when she clean up and carrying on?
Oh yeah, she looks amazing. Have y'all ever seen? Remember her first comedy thing when she put the white T-shirt on her head?
Yeah.
Trying to be the white girl.
My non-luxurious hair. Okay, That.
Look at Whoopi and Cinderella. Look at Whoopi and Cinderella.
No, I'm gonna give you one better. Go to Clara's Heart.
Don't do me.
Go.
Don't do me. Not with little Doogie Howser in there.
And I'm gonna tell you,
motherfucking movie.
I'm gonna tell you the motherfucking thing that she sat down there and let us have it. When she came down the motherfucking steps with that head wrap on, when the husband and wife was arguing about the baby, she had to cut, and she cut, and all them. I said, bitch.
She is, because Whoopi's a no one. Cheekbones. I think the roles that they would give them would try to make them overly look not attractive.
And then, of course, because when she plays Celie, and this, that, and the other, child. But yeah, a lot of that has to do with us and how we have. Well, I don't know if we've allowed it. I can't say we allowed it, but what we did was we subscribed to it instead of changing the narrative. And we've tried to change it when we tried to be all black power with the dashikis and the afros. And at that time, it was empowerment, but we didn't hang on to it. Because remember, at that time, it was a global thing that we were doing to say we were black power. We did it collectively. We had our own little handshake. That's when we had our own little talking things, because that was us taking care of us.
When you talk about that, like our handshakes and stuff like that. I watch a bunch of African TV. All of that stuff that we do is stuff we always been doing. How
about that? See,
because when you go to the tribes and stuff like that, you'll notice it. Like if somebody's not in their homeland, but they meet someone,
and they meet somebody.
What tribe are
you
from? And when you're from the same tribe, they got their own shit.
The own little thing, right. But you know what? We do that here in the States, especially back in the day. For those who were away from home, like when they were in the service and carrying on, that's where the term homeboy come from.
Listen, because wherever we went, you found the people that were from where you were from. When we first went to Germany, we found everybody on the base that was from either Philly or Jersey or New York. That's who the fuck we hung with.
And then that was your clique, so you could have right.
We knew that we all understood.
You know what? Right, because you got first hand on that. I ain't got to go to no goddamn movie. I got first hand knowledge right here. Come on, girl.
Listen, my house was the house. When holidays came up, they came to our house. When family came to visit from the States, they came to our house. Wow. You already know what we gonna do.
Well, we go right.
Philly style.
Right.
And when we would see other people's like culture and stuff like that. Like I remember one time, y'all, and this was no joke. Okay, we found somebody, because even back then, remember back then when Crips and Bloods and shit was like some real serious shit? Like these kids don't know what the fuck. They just want to say it just to be saying it. So there was somebody in one of the other barracks. It wasn't my husband's barracks, but one of the other barracks. And he was really a Blood. And when they wouldn't be in uniform, this motherfucker always had on red shit, right? Okay. So I remember asking him because it was that deep. You know, he was from the West Coast. And I said, hey, like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful or nothing like that, because y'all know I was young back then. But I really was serious. I said, do y'all really fight about colors?
Right.
And for them, that shit was serious. He said, not just colors, but yeah, it gets deep like that. Like he said,
why? Did he say why?
He said, like, when they chose, it's more than that too, because it was just like, remember, like in Philly, we didn't have like gangs as far as the names and stuff, but it was like the old heads represented their neighborhoods. Okay. So if you was Treyo, that was 30th Street. Right? So people that, and then when you was across this bridge, you was this and you was that or whatever. So they didn't have real like gang names, but they represented their hoods. So that thing was more like that. But it's this hood, it's this color. Don't fucking put it on and don't come over here.
I need to understand that a little bit more, because
I still couldn't get it, because for me, I just wanted to know, because for me, I kept saying it can't be as simple as colors. It can't be. But the colors were something very serious to them. It wasn't only about the colors, but it was serious. And it was a way for us to learn of the cultures, because I didn't know about the West Coast back then. Man, we were in a German club, and them motherfuckers was in there throwing up gang signs, Crips and Bloods. And we could not believe it. Me, Brian, best friend still to this day, Newland, you know, we all from Philly and stuff, but we in there, it was like, these motherfuckers ain't throwing up gang signs and shit. Like, we couldn't believe it. Like, wow. A whole other language in that bitch, because I'm like,
Exactly. And so, and I would love to sit down. I want, if we go do a documentary on gang, because I've seen several.
I want to talk to the OGs. I don't want
to. I want to get that shit. I want to understand that about these colors, because to go somewhere and you got folks scared to wear red or scared to wear blue in certain area, or you not, fuck it, never mind. I'm not gonna wear that at all. Fuck it, I'll wear purple.
Yeah, when we go to LA, I wear paisley shit. Like I ain't got no red, no blue. The last couple times I went to LA, I made sure I ain't had no red, no blue. And I'm like, because listen, I just want to go to Roscoe's.
Right. And trying to understand that. And that and I'm gonna put that on the gangs too. Y'all need to educate folks about that. Please, instead of trying to beat everybody up, talking about what the fuck you doing with that color on. Right. Look, I don't know shit.
What set you claim? Motherfucker, set Hollywood.
Okay,
set,
right. Detroit. Okay.
Set,
right.
The movie set, that's the only set I claim.
Right. Okay. So yeah. Here's what I see you. I'm finna bring you in, baby. Lola said, I learned when I was a driving instructor that white were color struck too, meaning the girl with blonde hair, blue eyes, the grandmother liked better. You know what? Now let's go there. Oh, that's very good.
What's the lady name that did the thing? The brown eye, blue eye.
Yeah, that's Jane Elliott. Yeah, that's very good that you do that, because remember, blonde hair, blue eyes was the standard, because for the longest time, brunettes, brown-eyed brunette white girls, honey, were considered not beautiful.
Remember,
and Lord help you if you had red hair.
What was the saying about blonde? Blondes had more fun.
Blondes had more fun, right?
Oh yeah, if you was a goddamn carrot top, then honey,
if you was a carrot top, red hair, right? And now we wanted to call them gingers, honey. We didn't call them. Well, it became that because Ginger on Gilligan's Island, she was a redhead, so now everybody wanted to be a ginger, and so now that done picked up in this down the other. Okay, the brown-eyed girl felt like the dark-skinned girl. I think colorist is in all races. Yes, it is, honey. I agree.
And then
People
we have
from
to take
India,
it back to Hitler times as well. Remember,
right?
the blonde-eyed, blue-eyed person was supposed to be pure Aryan.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Which his ass wasn't.
Coming from a dark-haired somebody who tried to create the standard of beauty. Okay. People from India married according to names. Certain names belong to lighter skinned people. Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Really?
Oh, can you send us some? Can you send us some?
Give me some information on that, sweetie.
Information on that.
Oh my God. I don't know. Oh, wow.
Yeah, because they a little color struck too, because you know they got something that's darker than us.
Yeah. That was Hitler's type too. Yeah, right. Exactly. Okay. Hold on. Okay, Lanier, I like that comment. Let me bring Israel in, honey. Hey, Israel.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey,
what's up, nephew? What you got?
Hey, boy.
Oh, you know what? I was doing research online, and I found out that Queen Elizabeth II is a descendant of Queen Charlotte and George III, and Queen Charlotte is a black Moor.
Woman. She sure
is. A black
she
Moor.
Sure is all day, honey. I got all the black.
So before Meghan Markle, there was Queen Charlotte, and Meghan Markle was doing an interview with Oprah,
right?
And he didn't want to acknowledge who said this, but they were talking about how dark the baby might be, and the baby was not going to get a title or not get security because of the baby, but they're black.
Oh, this is the thing.
So check that out.
You could go, and anybody who wants to know what Israel's talking about, you could go right to YouTube and look up Black Queens in Europe. Yeah. She's going to be there. Queen Charlotte is going to be there.
But what a lot of people don't know that King James, who wrote the Bible, was a Moor. He was a Moor.
Interesting.
I didn't know he was a Moor.
And Europe was ran by Moors for quite some time.
Yeah, and that's why they act the way they act to us, because they say
if you look at their art and stuff like that, you'll see that a lot of them still maintain a darker skinned folk on their artwork right now in Europe,
because y'all know I live there. So over there's so many things where you will see the statues of Mary and the saints and all that stuff. They're black.
Okay.
They're not white.
And if you go to a real Catholic church, you will see a picture of a Black Mary and a Black Jesus.
They're going to show it because
if you go in a true Roman Catholic church and you don't see a picture of a Black Mary and Black Jesus, that's not a true Roman Catholic church.
How about
but
that?
Roman Catholic was a religion of slave masters, and a lot of slaves were made to convert to that religion or die.
Yeah, that's what Christianity across the board. But I did some research on you guys, and you know what, I want to talk to Coach V about it as well, because I found out some things and I want to be able to cross-reference when it came to the Moors. And I found out some things that the Moors, you know, all the fucked up shit that white people have been doing to us for all these years and stuff like that. From what I understand, the Moors were doing to them first.
Interesting. Okay, hold on. Let's put a pin there. Let me leave Buck up in here because he said he on a time limit.
Okay.
So he wanna sit down here and say what he got to say. But
what up, y'all?
Hey,
what's up?
Hey,
people. Lanier, good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you.
For your comments.
Here.
Good to see you in the flesh. What's up, Israel? How you doing?
Fine. I'm good.
You call me tomorrow, nephew.
Look, what's wrong? Do we need to do a family settlement? Do I need to reside over Petticoat right now? What the hell is going on?
No.
I need not those comments spoke for themselves. You call me tomorrow, sir. I'm not a hard person for you to find. All right. 5 minutes. Here we go. People, as you know, STEMI is on the way. Everybody's happy about STEMI. You've talked about it all weekend. Some of you have already seen STEMI and put it into its uses. Okay, people. here's something that I would encourage, because it's not my place. I am not your child. I am not your adult. I am not your parent. So I'm not going to enforce or say that you have to do this. But here's something I would strongly encourage. We are all here on this earth, and one day we will no longer be, okay? At that point, our death becomes the responsibility of who? That is
the
the
children.
question.
Right.
In the end of your death is the responsibility of your loved one or child, and it has not been properly situated or taken care of, I strongly encourage you at this time to get your affairs in order. I am practicing what I preach because I am to talk to my AARP representative tomorrow in regards to this document, which I will tell you is a life insurance policy, because I am a single male of a particular age and have no rightful descendants or kinfolk or seed to leave my belongings and stuff to. I feel it's important for me to establish that with someone, so I will be talking to them in regards to that.
Life Go on, bro. Just put my name down there as the benefit. I got you. Tell me what you want. Look, tell me what you want. I'm gonna make sure you get exactly how you want to go out of here. I'm gonna make sure everybody gonna get what you want them to get, and whoever you want me to tell them that you wanted to say all this time to kiss your ass, I'll be sure to tell them that too. Write it in the thing. I do it for
you. Long story short, I want to be buried in the ground, not burned, cremated, any of sort. And there is to be a celebration in my honor, not a funeral, not a memorial, a party of which this money that I'm trying to allot will pay for said DJ, said hall. And
you know, you could do that too. You could do an amendment. You know how they have the new things where you could not just your life insurance, because I have it. It's not just your life insurance, but you could pay for the actual thing that you want to have it all written out and have that.
Yeah,
so
the pre-planned funeral. Yeah.
You can pay for your funeral. You can pay for your party.
I'm aware of that, and that is my full intention. Okay. Right down to picking out where the place will be, who will be the DJ, and what suit I am to be buried in. That will be already pre-purchased and hanging up in my closet for said event. But that being said, like I said, I have taken the time during COVID to consider all such things. I strongly encourage you to do as well. It is not the responsibility of the people to have to take care of your loved ones if you had the means to do so. I can't afford health care. I can't afford that. I understand that. Life insurance policies, if you do your proper research, and please don't tell me you don't have time to do your research, because you got time to be on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, what have you. You have the 30 minutes to an hour that it takes to find a suitable representative of whom you can purchase life insurance policies for as little as $5, I might add, depending on your health. And some life insurance policies do not require any type of health screening whatsoever.
Right.
You really sign in with them, pay on the dotted line, and then you will receive anywhere from 5,000 to $1 million plus.
Hold on, and make sure you're not, if you can, do not do term.
Right.
Do not do term life insurance, because
my tab was about to cut off.
The word on there just means just what it says. Because if you don't die before that term, then you have to start it all over again. You want actual life insurance, not term life insurance. Remember that, people, it is very important. It's very, very important to know the difference.
Right.
And you know why she knows that? She has done her proper research. When you are researching life insurance policies, please make sure that they send you, when they send the paperwork, read all the fine prints, people. Don't do like we do, as we tend to do these days when we put the app on our phone or whatnot, and it'd be like, rules and regulations. Do you accept? And you don't read jack or none of that, and you accept it, and then all of a sudden, when push comes to shove, and it's like, what do I do? Why like that? We put it down there. It's your fault you didn't read it.
You said yes.
Yes.
Right, because in the end, you do not want to be paying.
Y'all click yes to everything, and then you wonder why you got 10,000 emails, 4,900 goddamn phone calls.
Well,
you click that goddamn box and didn't realize that box said we can call you and we can email you. Do you agree?
Yeah,
and you clicked it.
Bottom line, folks, like I said, they are very affordable plans. So if you are receiving, say, $1,400, or in the case of most of you I'm talking to, the people that have multiple dependents and whatnot, or you're receiving anywhere from $14,000 to $7,000. on top of whatever your income tax money is. If you invest $20 in a $25,000 life insurance policy, 20 times 12 is 240. 240 times 10 is 2,400. If you put aside a good $1,000 so that is paid for regardless of anything else that goes on in your endeavor, so that in the case of your untimely demise, from that being you being un-COVID safe or whatever the case may be, your funeral is paid for. So man, Boo Boo and them ain't got to go get no GoFundMe account to take care of
Come on!
It ain't like back in the day when people would die and the village would make sure you had a proper burial, or back when our people was people and they would have to rent parties and whatnot to make sure that you go out and be taken care of correctly. It is primarily your responsibility. Don't leave that on your children. Don't leave that on your boo thing. Don't leave that on other folks when you could have taken care of it right here and right now. Don't look down there from the heavens or wherever our spirits may go to after the fact and be like, I did not want to be buried in that. I didn't want to be cremated. I didn't want them to have no funeral. I don't want to hear none of that. You right now have the time to do it, especially those of us who are still unemployed and got extra time to do this, and that. So take a time out from Netflix and chill and all that other stuff, laying up, what have you. Take care of your property.
And if you didn't sit there with your boo, how about you and your boo do it together?
He
get one, or he and she. Y'all three, if you're over there.
I was just going to say that they and we, honey.
Over on Beagle, everybody almost poly over that motherfucker. I'd be scared. I had to go in there and be anointed before I walk in the Beagle. If it's a bunch of y'all in the house and all y'all doing whatever the hell y'all doing, how about y'all sit down and get some policy
and have a discussion? And we have, and this is a great point, because oftentimes, because of the subject matter, folks don't want to talk. It's too morbid. It's too whatever. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to whatever.
Listen, just that you said that, because I can give y'all an exact example. When Brian life insurance and chill. Yes,
that part, princess. That part.
When Brian had to go to Desert Storm.
Right.
It wasn't even called Desert Storm yet, y'all. I want y'all to know that. That's how early they went. They were the first ones to cross the Kuwaiti border. My husband had to leave within 48 hours of him coming back out the field. Within those 48 hours, we had to go over all that extra life insurance. Because y'all know the military give you shit. But when you got to go to wartime, it's extra shit. I was only 20 years old being forced to have to go over these documents and shit. And I remember crying and saying, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to look at this. I don't want to. But we had to. That was the most scariest moments of my life, to know that I'm signing these papers because my husband might not come back.
Right.
And to this day, even though he get on my last motherfucking nerves, and he's my ex-husband now, but we laugh about it because he said to this to me, and this is what got me through, because I would laugh about it when I would think about it. He said, girl, ain't no sense of you crying. You ain't getting all that goddamn money. He said, oh, I'm coming back. You ain't getting all that damn money. Because I would have back then in 1990, y'all know how much $300,000 was in 1990?
Right.
That was $300,000, not including the regular. It was $350,000,
the allotment,
not including the regular Army thing. And back then, that's when everybody was driving around with the cars and getting their names put on the bottom part. He said, you will not get a new Benz that say Nikki riding around this motherfucker. I'll be back.
Right.
And that's what would get me through. But I don't want y'all to have that feeling that I felt, because it was we have to do this right now.
Right.
So if you have the time, like E is saying, if you got the time, you have the time. If you home and you just chilling, and like he said, if you could be on social media and all kinds of stuff, you can sit down. If you by yourself, like he is, well, I'm by myself when it comes to not having a partner, but my daughter is here. I've already done mine. I've done it a long time ago, because of how important it is. But if you haven't done it, this is so important. If nothing else that COVID has shown us, it has shown us that none of us promised to be able to come out of this shit.
That's right. I have to redo it because I had a couple of different policies.
Yeah.
And one, it didn't go defunct. It's just that I got to look at it again, and I had one through my job. When I left, when COVID hit, all that was taken away.
Because I remember I let mine leave because mine was through Wells Fargo, and I had forgot for like 2 years.
And that's the one I got to look at that, because I got one through them too.
I had left Wells Fargo, went over to Navy Federal. I forgot that because it would come out of my check like every month. So I didn't even think about it. And then one day I said, oh shit.
Right.
I gotta get another policy.
Right. And so yeah, it's time like that, like these, where you have to have everything in order, you know, who you want, how you want, and et cetera, et cetera. So that is the beauty of all of that. So that very good, very good, very good.
Okay,
good
hold on.
What you got?
50 seconds. It's not my fault. Nikki kept thinking of my time. I love you, Nikki.
Listen, you came in here and you changed our whole conversation. So sorry, sir.
I understand. I'm gonna let you change the fact. I feel like this is important. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, the long story short, people, I know we don't like to talk about untimely demise and death and whatnot. We don't like to consider it, but we know it's a fact of life. Sit down with your peoples, that being your loved ones, your family members. Have this discussion amongst you all, so you all know what your wishes are at that point. And then at that point, in order to get all that out your head, then go to Netflix and chill. Go have a party or whatnot, safely, mind you. But do that so that that's not permeating in your head, and then you don't spend days being depressed because you don't think about your dying, okay? So do that for your Uncle E. I appreciate you. Thank you, Meech. I always appreciate the time. Looking forward to my popcorn. Got a gift or two for you as well coming up. Y'all know
it's on the way. They're shipping it out tomorrow.
Y'all know how I do. When I get blessed, I bless others. That's a conversation.
He definitely does. That's the goddamn
Israel. I ain't like that, sir.
When you talk to Israel, just talk to Israel.
You got the number. Matter of fact, don't even wait till tomorrow. Call me tonight. I'm out.
All right, baby.
See you later on.
Have mercy. Okay. Lecturing, honey. Okay. Lecturing. Okay. So now let's go here because see, let me read y'all how I wrote this up, Chad. Let me read y'all how I wrote it up. Okay. Because I got a couple things I want y'all to see. Okay. I got a couple things I want y'all to see, hear, understand. All right, tea sippers, crumpet dunkers, tea brewers, pot stirrers, and tea leaf readers. This is your time to get off your chest what you need in order to free your mind so the rest will follow. Okay, yes, hashtag in vogue. Okay.
Free your mind.
Right. You will be given 5 minutes to talk about any subject you wish. Just be careful because if you come here out of the bag, we gonna come out of a bigger bag. You understand? Now just make sure you are able to handle your views being challenged if someone disagrees with you. You understand? Don't come up in here thinking that it's one side and everybody's supposed to agree. So we have discussions here. I want you to be able to flush out your topics.
We agree with each other. So don't think that we're gonna agree with your ass just because we let your ass up here.
Okay, right. Now, my topic, we done talked about amend, you know, and carrying on, and you see how that onion loves to bloom from that because we have several different things about this docuseries there. I'm imploring everybody to go to Netflix, put it onto your watch list or your playlist or whatever. When you got time, sit down, get into it. We're gonna talk about this. Kirk Franklin. We're gonna talk about that.
Can I go?
Wait a minute, hold on. How does gospel artists deal with public scrutiny of cussing and fussing with their children? Was he right? Hold on. Okay? Hold on. Now, I'm going to tie all this with the church because there's another thing that I'm going to tie with this. The Holy Ghost farts. Have y'all seen that?
Let me tell you something. I showed everybody last night.
Wait.
I had Medusa and them falling the fuck out. I said, I can't even tell y'all this. Nikki Cray, I said, I'm about to send it to y'all on Instagram because this South Africa, I need for y'all to tighten up. That's all I'm gonna say.
The pastor is saying that the Holy Ghost is released in the farts, honey. Okay, now how does the church overcome such buffoonery and bamboozled fodder? Okay, and we want to pay homage to marvelous Marvin HAGLER, legendary boxer.
One of the first raps I ever wrote that had to do with boxing and stuff.
Okay, he passed yesterday.
He's in it.
And I didn't know that until after we got off the show. And Brad told me, he said, oh, did y'all say something about Marv? I said, Marv, who? He said, Hagler. I said, what? He said, yeah. And he said he had passed. So we wanna just pay homage to him. He was a beautiful man. That was a beautiful, handsome man. When you see pretty boys like that, I'm like, why are you boxing? Okay, to get up in there to get beat up for folks to hit you in this mug and carrying on Sugar Ray Leonard, it's lovely. Okay,
listen, you know that's our
lovely.
Philly, honey.
Now I'm gonna tell y'all. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all. Tommy Hearns from Detroit. Tommy Hearns was fucking lovely. Okay. And now I'm gonna tell y'all. Now back when he was young, honey, he had to grow into his look. But now he got a little gray in him and carrying on. He a little older, a little wiser. That motherfucking Mike Tyson now.
Mike Tyson is he doesn't look like the bulldog he used to look.
No, because he had to grow into that look. And got a little gray, little mustache, and little. I said Tyson can get it.
Remember when he was at the end of that one Tyler Perry movie? What is it? Medea's Funeral? And
okay.
Picked the mom up at the end.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, Tyson could get it, honey. Oh, when he was getting ready to fight Floyd Mayweather, and they had him sparring, baby, I was like, oh my God, he was in the motherfucking shorts. Good evening. I said, oh my Lord, have mercy, honey. I think I got moist instantly, honey. I'm like, he ain't never did that to me, but Jesus. He had never done that to me before until now, honey. Ooh! Okay. So, so let me do this. I'm going to play this. Y'all listen to this. Listen to this. Because this is going to be the discussion. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Come on.
Up a piece of paper. Okay, if you think I'm reading this paper, let me say it like this. When your bitch ass starts getting disrespectful, you need to get your skinny motherfucking ass back out the goddamn way before I put my foot in your ass. Because I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. Shut the fuck up. I'm old.
What's up? I will punch your neck, nigga. Don't you ever disrespect me. I did it. He just hung up the phone. I'll break your neck. Is that a threat?
Okay.
First of all, I'd have ran over there and whooped his motherfucking ass. Let's be clear. Now, no, because I'm gonna tell you why. Not that the people want to make a big deal because it's Kirk Franklin.
Right.
Don't make it a big deal because it's Kirk Franklin. Now, we don't know what transpired to make him cuss his son out, right? We do not know. But the little boy sound like he disrespectful as fuck.
Right.
Okay. Now, does that mean that you've been letting him be disrespectful and now he just went too far and you cussed his ass all the way out? I don't know. But I know as a parent, anybody jumping on him because he's a Christian and he's just Kirk done proves to y'all over and over again that he's a regular man like every fucking body else. He done had addictions. He done had this. He done had that. Now you got a disrespectful ass child. You told him you was gonna come and fuck him up. My youngest son is 23. I just told him a couple weeks ago, when I see you, I'm gonna punch you in your fucking mouth. And he ain't go nowhere near as far as that little motherfucker just went.
How about that? Okay. The cheering.
Y'all need to stop acting like people who are in gospel music or pastors and stuff like that ain't supposed to be regular people and get mad.
His son ain't shit for posting that.
Exactly, because that's some shit. And that's not what's in this house, stay in this house. That was some shit to embarrass your father. That wasn't you crying out for help. Because if you was crying out for help, you'd have went to somebody else close to the family, somebody at the church or something like that. You did that shit on social media to get you popping.
There's a long history behind whatever that whole recording is.
It is.
And we have no clue of what it is. Exactly. I mean, and like you said, it's the tipping point.
You hear Kirk say, "Don't you ever disrespect me." And this little motherfucker said, "Well, I did."
Yes.
Here's where it is. Here's where it is. Here's where it is. And then the whole idea of "I dare you." When he said up there and said, "I will come and break my foot in your ass," I dare you. That right there is what got me.
Because
that
to me,
right
I said,
there,
well, how much have you been letting him get away with before
that? Is what got me. Then okay, let me go here. Okay, again, echoing you, Nikki, about us not knowing, because that's only 43 seconds. Okay, that is only 43 seconds.
Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I just got a message from my ex-husband, and I know this is totally off the subject, but if I don't say it now, this motherfucker said, "I'm watching the Grammys. What does WAP mean?" How about I'm about to tell? I'm listening to you, Mish, but I'm about to tell Cole. Explain to your father what WAP.
Well, yeah, give it to them. Yeah, give it. Yeah.
Your dad's watching the Grammys. He wants to know what WAP
means. Okay. He's 32 damn years old, and that shit should have stayed between them. I totally agree, because Kirk did Kirk did an apology video.
Cole said she gonna tell him to Google it.
Oh, shut up, folks. No, tell her. Hey, Dad. Okay.
You know she ain't gonna be able to say that to her dad. I'm about to text it to him bold and in living color. Watch.
Why?
I'm text him exactly what it means.
Okay. That was only 43 seconds of a video clip and a sound bite.
Right.
Okay. 43 fucking seconds. Okay. Number one, let me go here. All of y'all motherfucking heathens and backstabbing bullshitting ass Christians out there who want to sit down here and complain and want to get all holier than thou about some bullshit, okay, about the church, and he's supposed to be a Christian, he ain't supposed to. Let me listen. All you bastards, all you motherfuckers, all you bitches, all of you. Yes, I'm talking to every last one of you. Because don't give me this old fake ass shit Sunday morning. Oh, praise the Lord, hallelujah. And then the first thing you do as soon as you leave the church, honey, you run into the store to go get you a pint, a half a pint, a pack of cigarettes or something. Bitch, don't give it to me. Okay? Do not give it to me. Okay? He did how about that? He did what any man would do with a male child that want to be motherfucking disrespectful. Hell, I do that with my nephews. Okay? My nephews, they know motherfucking well. If I got to sit down there and raise my voice, if I got to cuss at you like you a motherfucking nigga on the street, you know I'm about to whoop your motherfucking ass. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Ain't no nigga, you want to sit down here and do what? I would drop you like a motherfucking bad habit. Okay, and y'all know sometimes bad habits take a while to drop. Bitch, I will pick you up and put you right the fuck back down. Okay? I just hate the fact that as useful as social media is, it also allows us to be just devilish and not use our powers for good. Okay? Yeah. Because all this bullshit didn't have to be. The son did not have to put that out there the way that he did. Okay? For this, that, and other. Kirk did an apology thing right behind that. And you didn't have to, Kirk. I'm on your side with this.
Apologize for shit.
I'm on your side with this, Kirk Franklin. And you know, I got a love-hate relationship with Kirk. Okay?
Me too.
I got a love-hate relationship with Kirk, with old Kirk Franklin thing. Because I'm like, okay, you got 4 children, but you know, my own personal belief is you got all them many kids because you covering up something. But that's just me talking bullshit. Okay? But in this particular instance, I'm on your goddamn side, damn it. I'm on your side. And see, I went to the boys' Instagram page, right? Because I'm like, well, let me see what this is because I was looking for this particular clip and I wanted to see what he was about. Okay. And he done put up then took one clip down and then violated it for say it didn't go against it went against the Instagram whatever.
Well, Kurt probably got it flagged.
Possibly.
Well, somebody did.
Somebody. But I'm going against this, and then you don't put up the cover when this is the last time I was allowed to take a picture with my family, and this was when they was on the cover of was it Jet or Ebony, one of them back in 2006.
I mean, your ass done did some shit you ain't got no fucking business doing, and your daddy and your mama and them like, nope.
Listen, if you really want to know the truth about the matter, Kirk was young when he had that little boy. I really believe that somewhere along in here is baby mama issues. The child got caught up in it. Kirk done set up that became Kirk Franklin. Okay. And fame and fortune got into the mix. And I think now the son feel alienated, all of that. I think what we're dealing with is a child who may have felt left behind because the parent then became a celebrity, blah, 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 remarried, got new children, all their whole do-I-did it, okay?
I don't know.
And that particular dynamic has to be healed. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at it from, like, with me and my father, we have a much better relationship now, but I know during my, this boy 32 years old, I didn't necessarily gain a spiritual peace with my daddy until I was 37. So he right there in the age bracket if I'm comparing, right? So I'm looking at the fact of whatever that is that he done made up in his head or whatever was done and not done, all the missed birthdays and all that shit, whatever that is, the son has got to make peace with all that, okay? The daddy too, and apologize and whatever that is to try to mend and mold. Now, Kirk said in his apology thing that they go to therapy and blah, 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 and that he had the therapist on the phone and this, that, and other. The son counteracted and said, he lying. What does cat mean? This relationship is cat, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean.
Cat mean is you lying, it's all hype. Like when the kids say, like if you hear somebody say no cap, that mean I'm telling the truth.
Oh, okay.
So if you say that's all cap, that mean it's all lies.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what he said. It was all cat. Okay. So I'm like, okay, well, whatever. Jan. That's a curse with he kept. Perhaps.
I think it's even more deeper than that. Not just him being the child that came before. So this child is the child outside the marriage because he's been with his wife for a long time.
Yeah, this is what Kirk was a kid. This is his first child. This is the oldest before any of all of this. So yeah, it's
what
much.
It sound like to me as a mom.
Uh-huh.
And I could be totally wrong, but as a mom, the way that boy sound,
it
sound like somebody done got cut the fuck off.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And now all of a sudden your dad is the worst dad on the motherfucking planet.
And then you have it. Okay. And okay, I'm gonna lump all that together.
Coming from the mom point.
Right.
I know you coming from the dad point, sometimes the mom point, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, but I'm gonna include all of that.
The mom point. That's what it sounds like. And only because Molly sounds like that sometimes. Because he's even though that person is probably the oldest of the kids, Molly is the youngest of my kids, and when Molly doesn't get his way,
right,
he sounds
then
like
all
of
a sudden,
instance, right now, Molly wants to bring the twins. I've been telling Molly to bring the twins down here for months since COVID started, since before Lily came. Bring the twins. Now you want to bring the twins now when next week I have to go back to school and possibly back to work. You mad at me? Well, we agreed 2 weeks. Yeah, we agreed 2 weeks a couple weeks ago, but I've been telling you to bring them for months. Now, he ain't get a big attitude like he normally did because I think he's growing up a little bit. But he had a little one. He was a little salty. But he understands. But I know that tone. I'm not getting what I want, so I'm going to blow up all your shit. So for all the times you couldn't be there on my birthday or whatever, and all actuality, Kurt was probably working. It wasn't that he was with the other family. He probably was somewhere working. But motherfucker, you wasn't there.
Right.
So now all that shit that you had bottled up that you probably should have said before, now you're bringing it up now because your selfish ass can't get whatever it is that you want.
Spoiled.
That's just what it sounds like to me.
And attacked it. And I'm including all of that in the fame piece because all of that goes into that piece. Mm-hmm. If I'm out working and this and the other, you know, I see you on TV, I see you here, you're there at the Stellas, you're here there. And Kurt always talk about all of his kids. He always talk about them all. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's not like he don't mention that he got 4. He don't say I got 3 when he got 4 kids. You know, he always say I have 4 children. Blah 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 blah. He always does that.
And we know he's always been, you know, he done had the little the porn addiction and all kinds of stuff.
All of that. So
all the stuff.
Girl, you and this hair is getting on my nerves
because I just pull it all.
But put on where you at?
I don't know. I'm in the chair. I'm in the chair. I'm in the big comfy couch. Y'all know me. I would have had my avatar up the whole time until Meech had mentioned that stuff about the women having to be home, can't go to work at night.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me go here. Okay, now. Here's a wait a minute. Okay, is the thing working right, baby? I'm gonna bring you in here because I had you in the waiting room all the time. What's that?
Yeah, my tablet overheated.
What's that noise?
That was my phone ringing.
Oh,
I'm sorry, my bad.
Okay.
My tablet overheated. When my tablet overheats or my phone overheats, they shut off.
Oh Lord. Okay. Well, hold on. Let me go here. Y'all want to cackle? Because this is going. I'm staying on the church theme right now. Hold on.
Okay. Wait a minute. In doing my research, I found out that Christian, the word Christian, is supposed to be a reed. That is not supposed to be a real word.
It's supposed to be a reed. What you mean?
Meaning it's not really a real thing. It's just something they just made up. I would have to explain on another show because that would take a lot of time to explain it.
No, whatever that research is, put a link somewhere so we can. I want to hear what that is.
Well, I was saying like when I did my research when I had moved to another religion, they were saying Jew is like Christian is like a slang word.
Okay.
In slang terminology, it's not really a real religion. It's just a slang.
No, it's
like
not supposed
Jew,
to be.
like the word Jew is a slang word too.
Right.
That is not really a real word.
The whole thing of it is all of it, because what it's supposed to mean, Christian, like I am a Detroiter or a Philadelphian, it's supposed to mean, that's what my roots are. I'm a follower of Christ or whatever.
However, yeah. That's what I was always taught, that Christian means follower of Christ. But as I got older, from my research, it was like a slang word that was like a read, like hi, you Christians following Christ.
Well, you know what? At the time, yeah, because all of that was supposedly how it was taught when Jesus was walking and was alive and carrying on, and those who followed him, that was supposed to be a jab, because they were going against the pharaohs and the law of the land, so they were the outsiders, So that's what that was, to separate them. Oh, and then a lot of them got persecuted for that.
But I didn't know this until I got older.
Oh wow!
That was supposed to be more of a slang word, not really a real word.
Right.
But then it's like because I was always taught that Christians means follower of Christ.
Yeah,
but if you look in the dictionary, it might say something different. But it's a slang, it's a read, like Jew. Yeah. Like Jew is not supposed to be a real word. It's more like a slang word, or like read towards Jew.
Right.
And Hebrew would be the more politically correct term.
Right, because Hebrew or Jewish, whatever that is. Yeah, a lot of these little abbreviations and stuff came from that, because those who were the outsiders who didn't believe in it and didn't follow it. Yeah, now I know where you're going at. Yeah, that's always been, because they were the rebels. Okay, they were the rebels and carrying on. So they were against the status quo. So in order to separate them, that's what it was. I mean, and now when they teach Christianity and stuff, that there was one of the things that Peter denied him 3 times. Do you follow him? No, because why? He was scared that he was pretty great to get his hair cut off or whatever. So that's what that was. But here, let me go here. Y'all take. When I ask y'all about how is it We got folks mad at Kirk for cussing his son out. Okay, remember back in the day when they got mad at Creflo Dollar because Creflo was about to beat his daughter's ass for staying out all night or whatever she did and didn't come back to the house. He ended up putting her out or whatever that was, and that became a whole big thing. He cussed her ass out. Okay, I'm like, what is up with pastors or those in the church who, when folks are having problems with their kids and they become real parents, they're not sitting up there telling us, "Oh, we're gonna take this to the Lord." No, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
That is a problem, Meech. People sit there and try to put people on the pedestal and yank them off. You can't put someone on the pedestal and yank them off. Just because they're a minister, a priest, an evangelist does not mean that they're not human, because they're human first. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So if they cuss or something like that, okay, they're human. What are you supposed to? This person is supposed to be the most holiest person. You come as you are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? God calls people of all different walks and all different spaces and time in their life to do something. You're not going to be perfect, because if you try to be perfect, oh, I got to be perfect. I can't do this. I can't do this in order for me to get in there, and I can't do this. I can't minister now. But the time is now. He calls you where you are, not where you want to be.
But this is the thing. They have to stop making it seem like the pastors and stuff like that are not regular people. Like they are not regular parents.
And infallible. Exactly.
They're not supposed to discipline their kid. Oh, we're going to pray on it. No, I'm going to whoop your ass.
How about that?
Then that goes back to putting them on. That goes back to putting them on a pedestal, and then when they do something wrong, you yank them off.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
parents, I think the parental dynamic is so different. It's something totally when you're dealing with your child. I mean, from thinking about my mom, because my mom is a very religious person, unlike myself as I have become. But I grew up with that same kind of switch where if me or my siblings did something wrong, where she tried not curse, she will cuss us the hell out. She still does, and I'm about to turn 50. So the dynamic between a parent and a child is so different that they need to, like this was saying about putting ministers and pastors all on pedestals. There's the moment there our humanity is going to kick in, and you're going to, step outside of that idea of that mold of trying to be, perfect or Christ-like is the word I was brought up to believe.
Right.
Because you think about PKs. Think about PKs.
Hello.
Because they're always under that microscope of trying to be so perfect because they are PKs. They show out before the other kids.
Those are the ones that's gonna show out, damn it. Those are
I remember Arsenio Hall said that. He said, like he was talking. I remember this. I have such a memory. I remember from years ago on his old show that he was talking to another guest and how he was a preacher kid, and he said, when you're a preacher kid, you always he was saying how he was always bad as a preacher kid because that was the way that they look at him. He said, "Yeah, I'm a preacher kid, but I'm a bad preacher's kid." Because they try to put that image out there to counter that.
They get picked on, so you want to prove to everybody else that you ain't this.
Well, here's the other thing too. It's not so much as having to prove it. You're up under such strict guidelines to where hell, you're not. Everybody now want to have fun, and you're supposed to be an example of the church, of your parents, or this, that, and the other, to where there are no boundaries. Especially when we were kids. Coming up where everything that didn't have nothing to do with gospel music was wrong. You couldn't listen to Prince. You couldn't listen to Michael Jackson. You couldn't listen. I was in the church and they sat there and told me that listen to Michael Jackson was the devil's music. I said, excuse me? And that bitch sat up there and said Patti LaBelle one time, honey. And that's when I left church. That's when I left that church. I was 14, honey. The damn I'm in Love Again album had just come out.
First of all, some of y'all wouldn't be sounding the way y'all sound if it wasn't for Patty's vocals. Don't do
and
that.
I was like, this okay, and I left the church. Okay.
You know what? My spiritual practice consists of more science, Hebrew Israelite, and some aspects of Christianity. And in my spiritual walk, it makes sense because I've been on all three spectrums. So I just mix it up and I just get to have fun. I can celebrate Ramadan. I celebrate Christmas in a different way.
Right.
I celebrate Yom Kippur, Rosh Hashanah, Passover. I celebrate all that stuff. Hanukkah. And it works for me. You know what I'm saying? Everything is not going to work for everybody, but that's just where my walk became.
I think the only thing I don't do is actual Christmas. But I kind of do.
I celebrate Christmas, like the presents for the kids and stuff.
Lily,
you know what I'm
my
saying?
granddaughter's born on Christmas, so now I don't have a choice. But you know, growing up in Islam, and then when I got older, I would go to the temple with my sister. So Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Passover, I love those holidays. And shit, when we had Hanukkah, Molly said, "Wait, I get 8 gifts." I said, "Oh fuck."
Right. How about that?
But look, it works. It works for me. That's the thing. What works for you?
Exactly.
Well, hold on. Because y'all tell me if this works, period.
That demon, look that demon, look, oral sex demon. You see oral sex, look oral sex, look. You oral sex, use oral sex. Let that sperm of that man out, you demon, out. Let go.
You delivered me 2 Sundays back. Then a demon came with his penis and put it in my mouth. And then he came again and he slept with me last week, and I told the pastor that I need deliverance again, and since then my private part has been itching.
It's been itching?
Yes.
Okay. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Speak. Who are you? Check. Who are you? Look at that demon. 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 Who are you? Who are you? Speak. Speak out. Who are you? Who are you? Jesus' name. You demon can help you. Yeah? Come out from the private part. You in her private part. Demon in the private part. Watch what happens. Fire! 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 Come out from the private. Come out from the private. Come out from the private. Come out. Out from the private. Go. What is your name? Rosamond Daniel. What happened to you today?
So you delivered me today, and then when I went to the bathroom, I think 15 minutes later, some white stuff came out with the blood after you sprayed.
Oh, come on, somebody. After I spray with the water,
yes.
After I spray, something came out white. Yes. Put your hands together. Hallelujah. May your healing and deliverance be permanent in Jesus' name. Come on and give the glory to Jesus.
He's trying to get that money, ain't he?
Oh my God. I cannot. I can't.
You know what I wish would have happened in that motherfucker? I wish the Almighty, the universe, the spirit would have came through there and struck his ass down. Like, Lord,
wait,
on his ass. Why you playing with the Lord like that?
Talk about working hard for the money. Good Lord.
He's spraying the coochie.
Oh,
now, I will say this. I believe in spirits, good and bad.
Me too.
And one thing I'm gonna say about this, I don't care who does not like this, because it's I say it what I say it Sundays.
Go ahead.
When people get the spirit doing backflips and doing cartwheels and twerking, I believe that is a spirit, but I wouldn't call that the Holy Spirit.
Whoa, come on,
how about that?
I'm sorry, I can't call it the Holy Spirit. Now, I have got the Holy Spirit that made me do different. The Spirit makes people do different things. But you doing backflips and twerking and doing a tootsie roll in church, and that's supposed to be the Holy Spirit?
Baby,
really?
listen,
Well, baby,
listen.
when she was coughing out I said,
and then she's sitting there spitting up that white stuff coming out her mouth and then spraying her coochie with holy water and stuff. Come on now.
Wait a minute.
and even if that was your practice, you have to do it in front of the whole congregation, baby.
Child, this here, okay, I'm not done. I don't have any more visuals.
Up the other one. I was about to say I don't want.
I'm no.
Oh, thank you.
No. Because I got to give y'all this, chair. I got to give it to you now. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. Where is it? Where is it, honey? Because we have a number of these children. Okay. Because that one there, that one was, well, how old is that? That particular video is not old at all. That's a couple years old, I think.
Yeah,
okay. It's a couple years. Oh, here we go. This is the one I'm looking for. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Let me share this picture. I'm gonna share the picture. I'm just gonna share the screen, children. Come on. Share the screen. Okay.
Okay.
Because this pastor here, okay, pastor, I don't fart, I heal. Okay,
this
you see this?
Here.
Nasty mother.
Just
okay.
Nasty.
He said, I don't fart on people, I heal people, honey. Okay. Rumors on social media are that the pastor will sit on you, fart on you, and then boom, you are healed. But the pastor cleared the air for the people's paper. He said he had no anointed backside gas. I don't fart on people, I heal on people, he said. Pastor Chris Penelope of the Sevenfold Holy Spirit Ministries in Sayandani Village in Guyana, Limpopo, said people will tell stories who tell the stories are wrong. Okay? These people are saying things that wasn't there. They hear the things and believe them, he said. Photos of the pastor sitting or standing on top of congregants are making rounds on social media with people claiming the air from the backside wasn't stinking but holy. There are claims people were flooding the church. What I do is not by flesh, but by faith. He said when he sits or stands on them, they don't feel the pain because the Holy Spirit is in charge.
They don't feel the pain because they pass the fuck out.
I just need to know who told him. This the question I need to know. If your gas is holy and it's healing people, when was the first time you knew that?
Right. Okay.
When was the first time you knew that, and why were you farting on someone to know that whatever that gas was helped them with something? I need to know those answers.
Okay, right. Hold on, because I'm not done. I'm gonna just read this because this is just a story. This is just a story. Now, this one here is about 3 years old because I remember this when this came out. An evangelical pastor was arrested for raping his faithful after convincing them that his penis contains sacred milk.
I remember that.
You know what? Let me say something about this one. You cannot sit up there and do everything and say it's in the name of the Lord. It's in the name of Jesus, which sometimes I call Yahashua, and you cannot do everything and say it's in the name of the Holy Spirit. How can you do things that vile and that nasty and say it's in the name of God, Jesus, or the Holy Spirit? Please answer me that question. You cannot keep on doing all these things and claiming this in the name of the Lord.
But just like that
now,
lady
I
said,
don't know what the Lord is putting in people to do or how he's working in their life or how he's working in their path. but I think it's wrong to put everything and claim you're doing everything in the name of God, Jesus, or the Holy Spirit. That's blasphemy.
But do y'all remember that other pastor? Because it made me think about it when she called herself spitting out the demon. That other pastor that said that his sperm was holy, and he had the people giving him fellatio, women and men.
Yeah. Okay. Because I'm going there. Wait a minute. This was him, one of them, because there's another one. Wait a minute, because this guy here with the sacred milk, he was an evangelical pastor from Brazil. So Sobrino Valditi Picanto said that had been reportedly arrested for raping his faithfuls after convincing them to suck his penis, saying that it contained sacred milk. The controversial pastor who persuaded his followers to practice oral sex because it was the way he preached the word, said that his milk was sacred, his penis was blessed, and that the Lord had consecrated it with divine milk from the Holy Spirit.
Okay, so they got herpes, but they say that's from the Spirit too?
Child. He convinced us that only God
over
came
Nature
through.
Boy, because let him tell her he could cure the herpes and all that other shit. He's a bootleg Dr. Sabian.
Okay, wait a minute. He convinced us that God could come into our lives through the mouth. Often after worship, Pastor Valdici asked us to do oral sex on him until the Holy Spirit came through ejaculation and delivered funds to the church, a follower said. A 59-year-old Sobrino Valdici Picanto was arrested in Apor, Goiás, Brazil. I'm not pronouncing that right. For raping several women attending his church. He abused some elderly ones and defended himself by saying he had an encounter with Jesus in a brothel and gave him the mission of spreading the sacred semen through the state, beginning with the faithful Apor assembly, of which he is responsible. I'm gonna leave that.
That's too much, Uncle Meech.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute, because I got one more. Okay. Now this one here is dated for last June 26, 2020. Okay. A pastor accused of repeatedly having sex with two members of his congregation in order to heal them from demons was today offered bail on rape charges. On May 20th, Bishop Winston Campbell, 56, was arrested and charged with 2 counts of rape. He was told he was today offered bail at the St. Catherine Parish Court in the amount of $2 million in order to suspend all preaching activities until the case is completed. According to the allegations, the pastor began having sex with the women in 2014 after telling them they were possessed by demons and needed a special kind of healing.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
The women were both 26 years old at the time, reported that they accompanied Campbell to a guest house located on Port Henderson Road, more popular known as Back Road, at St. Catherine, and engaged in sexual activities in order to get rid of their demons. He allegedly had encounters up to some time in 2018. In applying for bail, Peter Champagne, a QC of Campbell's attorney, one of Campbell's attorneys, noted that there were no claims by the prosecutor that women were suffering from any mental illness and were of sound mind and discretion. As a result, Champagne questioned the truthfulness of their account, or that the women were suffering, from mental illness. Attorney at law Kimar Robeson, who also represents Campbell, pointed out that the women did not make a report to the police until earlier this year. The clergyman is scheduled to return to court on July 15th. Now, that was last June.
What happened to this plain old praying for somebody?
No, they wanted to lay hands.
They took laying hands to a whole new situation.
You
can't just put your hand on their head and say a prayer no more.
And this is Jamaica. I want to say Jamaica. This is from the Gleaner paper, and I think this is a Jamaican paper.
Jamaica.
See, this is why people have lost faith in religion from stuff like this.
And that's where I'm going.
Giving people sexually transmitted infections and sexually transmitted diseases is of God?
But you know what?
Is that going to help them?
I actually feel like it's important because it will make other people open their eyes to know that there is more than just what's been regurgitated by the generations before us. These are the kind of things that need to happen to make you look. It's not like I always say, I don't want to change what your faith is. But what I do want you to understand is there is more than just what you believe. And we can all have a better understanding of each other if you just took the time to learn some other things. Because growing up, we always knew that if you was a Bible thumping Christian, you believed that all Muslims was crazy and they didn't believe in Jesus because you never picked up a Quran and you didn't know Issa's name is all up and through there. And just for y'all Bible thumpers who don't know what Issa means, it's Jesus.
Wait a minute, hold on. These comments are raking me with these comments. Hold on. These hashtags are
Lord, let's have
these hashtags are too much. Wait a minute, hold on. I'm trying to get the thing. Okay. Naomi said people need to stop playing with the Lord. Okay.
Girl.
Stop this Bashura. Okay. Hashtag farts from heaven. Hashtag pink eye of God. You know?
Girl, Amy, you don't never disappoint. I swear.
Wait a minute.
Amy.
Hashtag Church of the Holy Flaculence.
Princess, I'm taking your phone.
Hashtag divine farts.
Take your phone.
I'm sick of y'all. Wait a minute. They are fools letting them fart on them. Child,
exactly.
Listen. Okay, they going to hell with gasoline drawers on. Damn shame. Listen, this is ridiculous.
Going to hell with gasoline
okay. There are far worse things that have been found in the name of the Lord, Israel. Hashtag done. The Spanish Inquisition, the Crusades,
the British
colonialization,
yes, come on.
Salem witch trials. Yes, all that was done in the name of the Lord. It sure enough was.
Right, Amy.
Sure enough was, child. Okay. Tell that to my storefront Bible thumping evangelical uncle down there in Tulsa. He probably wouldn't do any of that crazy shit, but he definitely running around with no mask, even after his mother-in-law died from COVID and didn't tell his congregation. Woo!
In the name of the Lord.
Okay, that part. Aunt Nikki, that's exactly what my uncle said about Islam.
and that made me so mad because like I can have those conversations because I didn't just read the Quran growing up. I read I read actual Torah and then the rest of the Old Testament and the New Testament. So I can converse about those different things. But you can't tell me all you ever read was the New Testament of the Bible. You done heard some verses out the Old Testament. Now you talking about you living under grace and not under the law no more. But then your preacher go and preach from goddamn Genesis. Make up your damn mind.
Right. Hello. I can't with these people anything to get a nut off. Exactly. Come on up in here, Red.
Before you can talk about anybody's religion, you got to pick up their holy book.
Come on, but you need to pick up all of them because you cannot debate somebody about what they believe if you don't even know what they believe.
How about that? Okay.
That's true.
Hey, bro.
Okay, who got the feedback?
You always farting on people? Okay. You got holy farts?
Yours go all the way to me, so mine won't go all the way down.
Huh?
What?
Just sound over here now.
What
Hello?
Huh?
Can you hear?
Yep.
All right. You over there putting the holy farts on people like that, Pastor?
You know what? Where I'm from, gas coming 3 5s and 0.7s and half pounds.
I'm trying to say if he was gonna bless them.
If
he was gonna bless the people.
You don't put some gas in their face. You got to fire it up first and just blow smoke in their face.
Listen, I'm not. Okay. I am not.
I don't even smoke, but I'd rather have that gas than that motherfucker farting on me, okay?
I'm just saying, shit. Gas about to be illegal.
Okay. So with that, in looking at this, we were talking about, on yesterday's show, you know, I'm still coming down on the whole religious aspect of it. You know, everybody want to say we are so much of a Christian nation and carrying on in a time where we got folks who want to say that the religious rights and stuff are being trampled over and religious freedoms and stuff is in question and folks want to fight for this and this, that, and the other. Then you got stupid ass shit like this, especially when this is now everything that I have brought to you have been where that first guy with the oral sex demon. He looks to be white, but I think he's a person of color.
He looked like he might have been biracial.
Right. That's what I'm saying. He's a person of color. All of this buffoonery that we're seeing now are from folks of color. Remember back in the day when it was Tammy Faye Baker and Jim Baker and all them children?
I was about to say,
remember when it was them?
Tons of makeup and them eyelashes out there.
Yes, and all of they and we were questioning mega churches and their power and how we had Jim Jones.
Meech, who is the guy? Who is the guy that be scaring the shit out of me in the middle of the night? Wait,
that motherfucker. I don't know his name.
Which one? The old white man?
No, just the black guy, honey. Just the black guy that always talk about something. And God said. Oh my God! If you're in here, how'd you pull it up? Because oh my God, he absolutely just unnerves me.
Hey, let me tell you something. He has scared the fuck out of me with a 3 a.m. piss. I go to take a 3 a.m. piss and the TV on, and I'm standing there half asleep, and all of a sudden I hear something say "God,"
and he said, just with that high pitched screech, but he only said when he say "God" and God. I'm like, oh my God. What the hell is this?
Hey, he turned a 3 a.m. piss into a Saturday cleanup.
But the sad thing is this. The sad thing is this. The sad thing is that motherfucker there, you said on TV, he actually has a broadcast that somebody is paying for. See, that's the thing. He has followers.
But that's the thing. All these crackpots got followers.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what is this? Okay. Reverend Ike Taylor. Now, wait a minute. I don't know him. There's Reverend Ike, and then because the Reverend Ike that I know from back in the day is not Ike Taylor, but that one, Reverend Ike from back in the day. See. He was one of the first preachers to talk about prosperity preaching. If you listen to his stuff now, you will understand exactly what the hell he was talking about. Because see, now what he was talking then was considered to be liberation theology at the time, but it wasn't accepted then because of his riches and carrying on. Folks was putting money into that church, and he was very opulent and carrying on. As a matter of fact, back in the 70s. He's the black preacher that everybody was mimicking. Okay. Richard Pryor mimicked him in the movie Car Wash. That's who.
Okay.
Okay. And carrying on. But he was about prosperity carrying on. All these folks sitting up there doing this. Now I had never known Reverend Ike to do any other miracle healing stuff. That came with some of these other folks. Because remember on Good Times, when
get out my damn head. Ring,
yeah.
Was pretending.
Okay. My head. Right. And it was a whole big old show, and they're trying to get James and JJ was like, "Come on, Dad, we could do it. This picture.
We could do this.
Rolling down the way. I'm in the wheelchair, and blah blah blah, and can't help, and this and I fall out." And you come down and you bless me, and then all of a sudden I just get up and the Lord done heal me.
Get up in the Lord.
Yeah. And all of that. And see, it's times like this, and I say this and I say this often because this is why when the little heck came in here yesterday off of YouTube and was trying to come up in here, the little heckler, about understanding, praying for Jesus and blah blah blah. It's not that I am a doubter in all of that. I'm a believer and I'm a spiritualist and carrying on. I'm just seeing Christianity being what it is because all of it is fucking emotional now. If you know how to sit down here and tug at somebody's damn emotions, everybody will sit down here and they will pull up and go right into play. Then you got bullshit like this. I take my belief system very seriously. Although I know it's my system, you know, I can't impose on nobody else. And I don't want you to think that because I believe this way, that I'm telling you it's the law of the land. And what Christianity has done is just that, has shoved it down everybody's throat and made it to be that this is the way that it's supposed to be, where everything is subjective. And then when you sit down there and talk about, well, religious freedom, we can't have our religious freedom or this, that, and another. How do you expect anybody to take it seriously when you got assholes like this talking about, oh, I got sacred milk, and the only way for you to get to the Lord to heal you is for me to have sex with you and to give you my sacred milk? Or I'm farting in your face and I got Holy Ghost farts. The fuck is that? And folks follow this shit to believe it because they are looking for something bigger than them to believe. And instead of let it agree with them in one way, everybody sit down there and fall for the okie doke. Listen, when y'all just have regular conversation, pay attention to when you just say praise the Lord to somebody, especially if you around somebody to go to church. Okay? If you walk into a room and say praise the Lord, everybody, oh, praise the Lord, hallelujah.
Everybody gets spirit at the same time.
Everybody get real spiritual automatically. Okay?
Right after hitting the blood.
Right. Huh.
Wait, I was going to say, and then you got people like my aunt mother who was here, and Jackie answered the phone and say, praise the Lord, who the hell is this? Or then cuss you the fuck out and then tell you, and I'm going to pray for your dumb ass when I get on my prayer line later on at 9 o'clock.
Listen, y'all heard me say this before, honey. Carita, honey. Carita, I know you looking down on me, TT. Carita, this is she my auntie, because I'm hell. My very first gay child, we went to high school together. This is his aunt, his grandmother's sister. And they just took me into the family. But Carita, listen, she would sit down there and would be in the kitchen cooking or whatever. And when she get on something that she ain't right and carrying on, use a goddamn lie. Right? Oh, she would sit there and would cuss you the fuck out and let that phone ring. She'll be right up there. Use a goddamn lie. You better, Nikki, come in here and get the goddamn it. I'm sick of this shit. The phone will ring. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord. Jackie all day.
The first time she did that,
used to do the shit too.
Baby.
Jackie all day.
The first time she did that shit, bitch, we fell on the floor.
Me.
Yeah.
Here's a nostalgic Sunday morning for you. You motherfuckers knew last night before you went to bed that we was going to church this Sunday. Get your motherfucking ass up and get your goddamn shit on. We gotta be the motherfucking service on time.
What? No, that was me getting my kids up to go to the temple. That was me getting the boys up to go to the temple.
Where's your motherfucking time? Why you ain't got on church shoes I told you I bought you? I told you to get the church shoes that I bought you when your daddy ain't shit. You should have got the shoes. All right, then we get to church. Morning, Pastor.
Right.
We got in the sanctuary.
Y'all know I'm blessed and highly favored.
I done cussed Redman out so motherfucking bad. When we got there, my brother-in-law said, hey, I said, you better get your nephew before the fuck I go to jail. Then we go and sit in the damn sanctuary. And now, you know, we sitting on the second pew, right? We in the second pew
right in the front, right.
And Rabbi, she is giving this wonderful sermon. And I'm telling you, I know that this woman is very blessed and spirit is in her. She's giving this wonderful sermon, right? She stopped in her tracks and said, and I'm going to tell y'all something. Y'all parents in here cussing these kids out like y'all ain't got no, she ain't said goddamn, like y'all ain't got no daggone sense up in here. She just went all off on a tangent. I leaned over to my sister. I said, girl, was she just in my house?
Right.
Because I had just cussed Redman clean the fuck out that morning. I swear to God. Called him everything but a child of God and a child of mine. I swear.
When we used to get in there and they be like, hey, baby, how you doing? Oh, you look so nice. And we all be sitting there looking at my auntie like this.
Right.
Like, where is that witch that was telling us to get ready for church?
Right.
Or like,
Okay.
when Steve Harvey talk about it. Remember when Steve Harvey talk about that lady that be in the church? He be like, hey, baby.
Sister Odell.
That motherfucker.
Right.
Look.
Right. When they say I just got home from church and you making me cuss you all the fuck out.
That's what I don't get. You praising Jesus one day and cussing like a serpent and a sailor the next day.
No, not the next day, the next hour. Because you done came home. And then how about that? How about this? You sit up there cussing 7 days a week, but now you want to get holier than thou and want to stop cussing on the Sabbath. Look at you, got me cussing in this Sunday.
No. When I met my in-law, she got all going with she liked to talk crazy. She called me everything from dickhead to motherfucker this and that, and then turned around and said, I can't stay up with y'all because I got to be to church early in the morning. What the
right?
But you know what Jackie would always say when we would say something? I say, "Ma, that she said, girl, the Lord know me." I said,
right,
that
one. That one.
You're right.
Okay, that one.
Whatever you
that's
do
the
is
one.
between you and him. And if you
that one, honey. Oh, I'm just a
flavor
Christian in
sweet bomb,
training.
go ahead.
I'm still a Christian in training, honey. The Lord knows my heart.
She said,
okay.
He know me.
And I'm like, good evening. Or better yet, now I had to learn this because I would go out.
Oh, yeah. Y'all heard about Kirk Franklin, right?
Yeah, we just talked about it already.
Hold on. There's a list of people, because I'm glad Cupcake brought this up. There's a list of people that was already gambling and saying that that's his demeanor off camera anyway.
Yeah. Don't nobody care. I never thought that Kirk walking, just by some of the shit that he says, I never thought that he was walking around like, oh, praise the Lord. Well, hallelujah. I think Kirk be cussing when they in the damn studio, when they in there singing gospel songs. I think he be cussing.
Nikki, if you do your homework on Mr. Franklin, in the history of his career, he has had to go to rehab for porn.
And we talked about all this, Fred.
No, but I'm saying, but you can't tell me that he wasn't sitting in front of the camera going, fuck yeah, hit that pussy. Yeah.
You know what? I'm not with you. I'm not with you.
Oh my
I'm not with you.
Listen, I didn't never listen. I don't
did you think he was sitting in front? And was he sitting in front? Or was he sitting in front of the Payne brothers going, praise the Lord, hallelujah, Jesus, oh God don't make no junk.
Child, I ain't never thought Kirk Franklin was walking around all holier than thou, no damn way. And I think his son should have got cussed out, and I think he should have rolled over there and whooped his ass.
I'm like, come on, man. He got a whole gospel song where he got a part of the song. He going, oh, yeah. You know you want to say all shit.
Right. That's why I said I think at the studio, even though they singing gospel, I bet you Kirk be in there like, damn, y'all fucked that up. Do it again.
Fuck it up one more time. Soprano, altos. Now you bitches better get it right.
You know who I want to hear cuss?
You know what?
I'm telling y'all who I want to hear cuss. Tamla Man. I want to hear Tamla Man just cuss somebody the fuck out.
Oh, listen.
That would just make my day. Cause I love me some Tamla Man. Cora.
Here is where.
She's my big sis.
Here's where this is.
One of them kids the fuck out.
I want y'all to understand something because he was, when what's the name? What's Sunday Best, the little gospel competition?
I love Sunday Best.
I can't stand gospel competition. I don't believe that gospel music should be in competition, but that's my personal thing. But they got some wonderful singers on that bitch, okay?
Yeah, what's her name? The one that's always the one with the contralto-like voice.
Leandria, yeah.
Y'all know Leandria cuss. She cusses their ass out all the goddamn
Listen,
time. I love
Kirk Franklin did this, okay? It was on one of the shows, and somebody, I think it was it Iyanla Crawley when she said grandma's hand or something, and he came out and he said, didn't that just make you feel like you was in the club, you just had a drink in your hand?
Cause that nigga go to the club?
He said that on the show.
On Sunday's Best.
on Sunday's Best. He said, she
Listen,
just saying
and that
that
would
to
never
her.
make me look at him any different. I'll be like,
And didn't that just make you feel like you was at the club with a drink in your hand, brown liquor just in your hand, swirling your cup?
Because they drinking.
That all goes back to putting people on a pedestal and yanking them off
exactly.
again.
And I don't put their
That's
ass
where
on
that
no
all goes
pedestal.
back to.
Yes, Kirk, go on and drink you some Hennessy.
Okay.
In the daytime, get you some Ciroc. I know Diddy be over there bringing cases of Ciroc, Kirk. Don't worry about it.
Listen, the whole idea is this: going to this pedestal argument, Neff. The whole idea is we have allowed this to take precedent to where now we believe in the deity and not the person. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
We have made deities out of these people, you know, or whatever. This is why I need a gospel musician to come on here. I was trying to get Donald Lawrence to come on, and he keeps saying, yeah, but we can't never put it together. And I'm looking for gospel artists to come on here because here's the thing.
Get Leandria. We need somebody real.
I'm after her too. Here's where this is.
They ass the hell out and be like, this is why I don't mess with the church.
Here's what this is, because when we're talking about the business of gospel music, because this happened with my play mama, my gay son's mother, right? She was in the gospel group and carrying on, and what happened? There was some fucked up shit with the finances. Okay, so one, we all got one of the criminal element in the family. Okay. And so the nephew was like, Auntie, do we need to go up here and take care of business? Okay. And just another. And they were like, no, hold on. But the whole idea of it is that the nephew told her, because he was a producer himself, okay, in the music industry, and said, even though it is gospel music, honey, everybody got to have somebody who will come up in here and know how to take care of this damn business, because everybody want to treat it like, oh, well, you doing it for the Lord. Y'all know, I've sang in churches and carrying on, and they want you to come and bless the choir or bless the service and things, and they don't want to pay you. They give you a fucking ass a love offering. But, folks, they done already gave, honey. They don't feel like giving them more. So you may get a little $20 or whatever, okay, in good faith. But when it comes down to, no, I need to be paid, okay, because this is my business. This is what I do. I need to talk to gospel artists who say, okay, listen, there was a Mahalia Jackson documentary, and she stopped the concert. Mahalia stopped the concert. She said, look here, people. She said, the Lord done brought me here, and I'm going to sing for y'all. And I was told that I was supposed to be doing something, but the folks don't want to pay me the right money. They don't want to do right now. And if we're going to do this, we're going to do this thing in decency and in order.
And okay. I bet y'all paid to get in this motherfucker.
And you paid your good money, so they need to pay me what they're supposed to give me. Now, that's the whole point of y'all paying to get in here. Okay? She stopped that concert. Okay? And so I want to talk to gospel artists who have to deal with the business of the industry. Because now they go through the same thing with record sales and what can and can't be put out, what producers they got to work with, and this and the other. And when it comes down to it, how do you keep your sanity? How do you keep this and the other? And what? Go ahead.
Save that, because I believe I can get a hold of Dottie People.
Oh yeah, she at the church right there.
My church.
I met her at that.
I know Dottie.
Church.
She go to my church. Yeah.
That when you go down Terra Boulevard and then the Terra turn into the other thing, like a little bit further down from Clayton County Municipal Court. And I've been in there. I've been at a Bible study with her and everything. Yeah.
Dottie Peoples, honey. Yes, honey.
I went to a gospel concert one time. I went to a gospel concert one time. I swear to you all that collection plate was passed more than 10 times around.
Of course, because
I'm like 10, 15, like, and then the minister, she's sitting there saying the whole time, "Help me, Holy Ghost! Help me, Holy Ghost! Help me, Holy Ghost!"
Because they didn't make the money that they thought. See, this is what it is. When they don't make the money, it's like that. And I know in Baptist churches, the pastor will come right on out and tell you, okay, we need 6 of y'all to give us $100.
Oh, bro, yeah.
They
Boy,
do that. I think they do that at every kind of congregation.
If we don't get 6 of y'all to give me 100, then I need 12 of y'all to give 50.
When I first heard that name,
okay,
I was sitting there like, did he just?
And carrying on, and then God help you when you got to have a church meeting, and this here, all our visitors and friends and stuff, we're going to excuse you now because we're going to have a church meeting, and it's only for the members only, and blah blah blah. Because now y'all want to go over finances and talk about what needs to be paid, and this, that, and the other. And we're like, well, wait a minute, honey, I done paid tithes and offerings and things of that nature. What the hell is going on? Okay, but the first lady that came up in here with a brand new silk dress on and a matching hat with some gloves and a pair of pumps,
Don't forget the
some
first
photo
lady
swap
in the
pumps.
wintertime.
Okay, so what the fuck is this? You know, what the hell did you mean? Shit, every time we had dinner, y'all want to take up an offering after dinner. This is supposed to be the fellowship dinner. Why we paying $2 and $3 for the fellowship dinner? If I was gonna pay, shit, I would have went to Kentucky Fried, got me a goddamn bucket and brought it home for the kids.
Come on.
You know, so that there, when we look at this and we talk about,
not to mention, hold on, Meech, because they want even the people that done cook the dinner, they supposed to add to the pot too.
They want them to pay, and you don't just spit your food stamps and donated the goddamn chicken and the meat and the salad and shit.
Kitchen and cooked all that hot ass motherfucking
Hello, you done missed the service because you back there on kitchen duty.
Right.
Okay. What?
But like you said, a lot of us are guilty of making a minister or a pastor, evangelist, what have you, a deity. And I used to be Catholic, and they make the Pope a deity, they make Mary a deity, and it just doesn't make no sense. You can't make a person a deity and they're here on this earth. I mean, you had only one deity that I believe in, and you should believe in that one deity, not make people deities. I mean, come on now.
But you know what? In other cultures, because when we talk about being in Africa and stuff like this, and I said this last night, I'll say it again. If you go to different tribes and stuff like that, when you hear them speak about God, they will not speak about God singular. They will say gods of our land.
Right.
Because
right.
remember,
right.
it was Pharaoh, it was Akhenaten who introduced monotheism. And when they kept saying the sun, but Akhenaten was talking about the sun in the sky, the big sun that keeps us warm and stuff.
Right.
So they went from S-U-N to S-O-N.
The S-O-N, exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
Because before Akhenaten, it was many deities. And when you go to different lands, the different countries in Africa, most of them still believe in basically it's about nature. So it'd be like the god of the sun, the god of the earth, the god of the water. You know what I mean? Or they might say the goddess of the water and stuff like that. So I think when we put deities, when we talking about putting them like in human form is where we go wrong. Because if you have one of those faiths where you do believe in many deities and it's about the earth, let's just say that, the nature and stuff like that, it might be a little bit more.
Right. Emmanuel say, leave that shit alone. Kirk did nothing. Kirk did nothing that mostly all our mothers and fathers are doing the same thing. Same thing. I know mine did. Okay. Okay. Kirk Franklin is a black man raised by a black church doing women probably did the same thing. The same shit to him. Well, you know what? Hey. Okay. What we got here, I don't care what Kirk does in his time off. His son had no right showing that conversation on social media. He and his father should have handled that in private. Okay.
That's what I said. Like, I don't think it's one of those instances where we say what goes on in his house, stay in his house. It's not that. It's the way that the son did it. It didn't have to be on social media. If y'all going to counseling and shit, you could have took that to the counselor. This is what he said to me, and this is what it made me feel like. And let that counselor help y'all work it out. You did that shit on social media because you wanted to get some clout to make your father look bad.
Let me ask this question. How many of us have had those knockdown, drag out arguments with your parents to where you was right at the line before you got knocked the fuck out?
Shit.
Where your parents sat up there and told you, you better get the fuck out you better get out of my goddamn face.
Right.
I was
okay.
Well, I wasn't lucky enough to get to the line. I seemed that I always ended up getting off the floor.
Well, listen.
Look, after you had woke up,
I'm gonna tell you, with me, anytime I've had that grit your teeth, you better get the fuck out of my face. I knew I was so far over to where Mama was seriously about to hurt me.
No,
okay.
See, when
what's funny is I've never been in that
I think because my mother had
but I've been there with my kids.
My mother was like her, like Nikki. Like she had that Napoleon complex thing going on.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up. See, that's that bullshit. That's probably why she knocked shit out you all the fucking time.
See what I mean? Thank you for proving me right. Look, see.
I don't care.
So she.
Motherfucker. Look, that's probably what she was. Stupid bastard. I'm gonna whoop your motherfucking ass.
I can't say that I had that experience.
I ain't had that experience, but I mean,
girl, not when I'm drinking. Not when I'm. Oh shit! Oh, that hurts.
Go ahead. Fucking nerves, y'all. He get on my nerve.
Say hallelujah.
Can y'all imagine, like, one time, for real shit? Right? Let me turn the damn camera on. Real shit.
Yeah.
We all at the basketball game, right? These two tall motherfuckers and 2 Chainz. We go to take a picture. Oh, hell no. How the fuck am I supposed to be in the picture with these 3 motherfucking giants? Y'all better figure out a way to angle that goddamn camera so that they know about this goddamn picture. That shit ain't fair. They get on my damn nerves.
And we gave her own picture with 2 Chainz so she could have them by herself.
Because I didn't fit in the other one.
Hey, me. They would have got a picture when they had the top of her head.
Right. Okay.
Oh
Lord.
Even when I got on heels, I ain't tall with them.
Oh shit, that hurts. Okay. Oh.
It ain't fair.
Damn, that hurt. Wait a minute.
Hey.
Emmanuel said, I remember one time when me and my mother was having an argument and my father told me, say one more goddamn word and I'm going to send you to Jesus. Oh.
Hey, these kids so dumb now. Means they'd be like, oh, we going to church?
Yeah, they would.
The problem, and I said this earlier, the problem that I had with the 2 problems, number one is what everybody's saying. Your little simple ass chose to air this, and you only put 43 seconds of this conversation up, the part where he got hot. Okay? Because if you listen at the first part of that conversation before he started hollering, he said, well, okay, since you don't want to hear what I'm saying, I'm going to say it like this. Okay? Did y'all catch that part? Okay?
Sure did.
I'm going to say it like this. Okay?
Almost soon before that point.
Okay, right. But what got me was when he said, I'm going to put my foot in your ass. And then this motherfucker turns on and says, I dare you.
I dare you. That's what
that right there.
He said, I dare you.
I dare you. That right there.
And when
he hung up that phone,
let me tell you
he should have been on his way over to that motherfucker's house.
Baby.
Let me tell you something.
Would have been getting called.
When he said I dare you, they'd have been like, teenager found with evangelist foot in ass.
How about that?
Would you tell him Red?
No, not news film at 11. Okay.
How old is that boy now?
32. He said he'll be 33 next month?
Oh, got a 33-year-old. No, that's nice. I got a 32 in the drawer. I got him.
Okay. I was like, oh hell no, honey. That. I think those are the pieces in this that everybody who's sitting up there trying to chastise Kirk about, that they either you didn't hear that, you don't want to hear that, or you just fucking ignorant.
No, it's what's happening all over the world when it comes to somebody at his level in his craft. They trying to break his pockets or find a way into their man pockets and destroy.
All right, I'll give you that.
They're trying to bring him down. That's exactly what it is. Because
I'll give you that.
When you are mogul in any field of your life as a black man in America, and you doggone do something normal in a family life way, they try to find a way to manipulate it into your pockets and into the judicial system. That's exactly what the hell they're trying to do, and it's not gonna work because the man is grown as hell. So so take it like you want it. So what? So what you gonna take me to court and say terroristic threats? Fuck you.
Yeah, I think it's that. Plus, I think it's also the fact that that the way people it mainly like white people running the industry and whatnot.
Yeah.
They don't chastise their children the way black people chastise their children. Because we see it on all these shows from way back in the day, even until now. You know, the way these kids backtalk their parents. Even my mom will look at a show. We'd be like, I'll be looking at the TV like, I know there's no way in heck I could have said that when I was a teenager. There's certain things I can't say as a 50-year-old man to my mom who has just turned 72. So I mean, but so I think it's a combination of both. Put those two things together. Yes, you're gonna have a witch hunt, online witch hunt out for Kirk Franklin.
But because you got to, you know what? I'm with you on that because I have witnessed the Anglo-Saxon field of life for people where they have the vocabulary in public with their moms of, I don't give a shit, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a damn, and I'm standing like this, and my hands and shit be shaking and shit, and I'd be like, oh my god, I'd be like, somebody help me,
right.
I only know this kid. But I'm like, when you talking to your mother, I don't give a damn. What?
Right.
Boy, do you know if I text that to my mama when she was living, I'd have died?
Listen.
The fuck?
Listen.
My mom would have kicked my ass like Clark Kent did that football with Superman the movie.
All right, into the next gamma quadrant. Hello.
Shit. Hey, I bet you won't write S.N. Lane. I bet you won't write Mr. Lorraine a goddamn letter saying, I don't give a damn about what you think. Go ahead, write a letter, send it to him. Bet you won't.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Bet you won't.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Listen, and usually I'm the one who take bets and little truth to dare little shit like that. But that one, I'll pussy out all day. Call me what you will. Call me what the fuck you will. I don't give a fuck. Because I know who Esther Lorraine really is.
Okay.
You understand? I know who she really is. As sciatica, this and that, the shit kicked my ass so tough, it'll hit her goddamn sciatic back nerve. You understand me?
Hey, Lee's mama's such a gangster. She'll probably call me and say, go over there and handle that. And I won't see it on video.
But if y'all notice in each different culture, people interact different with their parents in each culture. Some are similar and some is not. Right. But they interact different with their parents and each one. Some things is considered a norm that we don't consider the norm, but they consider the normal thing to do. I wouldn't dare cuss at my parents.
Well, you know what? But speaking on that, because we have a lot of cultural differences, that's true. But one of the things is standard across all of them is respect. Respect for mama. Okay. Now I'm gonna tell you the what?
Because some of them little children don't act.
No, but that's my point. That's my point. Because I think probably the closest. No, it's two cultures that I have been witness to that are probably closest to how we interact as Black folks have been Latinos and damn Italians.
Oh yeah.
Okay. When it comes down to mama and carrying on, I don't give a fuck. Okay. And
Italians, they could be straight up mob bosses, but guess who they
and when it comes down to giving mama respect, they will check each other. Brothers and sisters check each other about that. That's mama. What the fuck are you doing? You know, I don't give a fuck about what you. That's mama.
Yeah, that's I don't say an Italian man slap his son in the back of the head from the front of the grocery store to the damn car.
Oh hell yeah!
And I was like, when his hand gonna get tired? Because I was like, he's just. I mean, it was slap my. I ain't never seen nobody slap that many goddamn times. It was like a slap for every step they took.
Right.
Yeah, right. Like the respect they close to us. when it comes to that
you know,
part.
and because
like,
of that,
you could be a straight up mob boss, but I bet you scared of your mom and your grandma.
Exactly. And what's ironic about that, now I'm gonna tie this into going back to the series on Amend. Okay. What's ironic about that is that the women and our mothers and stuff have the great respect that they have, but yet at the same time, women have to fight all this time to be considered a person. And for now, for women to still not be women, I did not realize that until this documentary, that the Constitution still has not put language in there for women to be actual citizens or be recognized as whole, except for Amendment 19, which gives women the right to vote. And that's all it does, because in the documentary, it says that does nothing but just give you the right to vote.
That's it. It's the same as us, like us still being as colored people.
Oh, really? Yes, honey. Okay, wait a minute. How did he get this over here? Oh, you're in the link. I didn't see you down here, baby. I'm sorry. Wait a minute.
Who down there?
I got somebody from the UK want to come in. Hold on. Brian.
Hello there. How are you, sir?
Hi.
Oh, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Good, nice meeting you. How are you?
Nice meeting you as well. Please share your thoughts with us.
Well, basically, if I'm going to be honest, what it is, I've got a small channel that I opened only 3 weeks ago. So it's only got 500 subs at the moment, but we're doing well with our viewings, like 50,000 views. But we've only been open 3 weeks. But we're just an anti-racist, anti-bullying, and anti-pedo channel. That's all we go for. Yeah, because we've got quite a lot in the UK, a lot of paedophiles, and we've got a lot of bullying that goes on, and also a lot of racism. My channel is diverse, where I've got all faiths, all religions. I'm actually an atheist myself, but that doesn't bother me. Yeah, but as I say, I've got one of the lady that I share my channel with is a Muslim lady, a young girl who can debate very well. I have a couple of black. I have 4 panel members. One is Indian, one is black. Let's say one is from. She's from Iraq originally, and myself who's English, a white Englishman. But we just fight racism. But we also do autism awareness and mental health in men. Because it's quite hidden in men.
Let me ask you.
That's right up our alley.
Let me ask you something. Being in the UK, and you see the press that we have over here in the States as far as racism and what we deal with over here, does it mirror what you guys experience, or what are the differences?
What happens is, the oppression you suffer is far greater than we ever have had done. Yeah, I have a black uncle that come over in the '67 from Trinidad. Although I'm a white guy, my uncle married a man from Trinidad. He was my uncle, and he suffered serious racism. It still goes on here. I married, my second wife was Indian, so I married an Indian woman. So I have Anglo-Indian children, as we people call them over here. Yeah.
Anglo-Indian. Wow, now that's a term. Okay.
So Anglo being white, Indian being Indian.
Yes.
But what it is, your racism, it does filter over here, but it takes 2 or 3 years. Like your fashion culture would filter over here. All your cultures. I call this country, my country, the 51st state of America.
How about that?
Yeah. But we can't sit here and say we suffered the suppression that you have done. But I do believe you've had a lot of black sellouts. But I don't like Farrakhan, if I'm honest. Not going to lie to you.
Give it to me.
Well, I'm going to be honest, because I'll tell you as it is.
What's his name?
Brian.
This is Brian.
Brian, I don't like Farrakhan either, and I grew up in the Nation of Islam, so we got that in common.
Continue, because I want to hear this. I'm fascinated with this because I've always, you will hear us talk about this oftentimes, that we as those of us over here in the States, we have got to control what our image is when it goes out to other countries and carrying on, because when folks migrate over here, or even if they just come visit, they have this preconceived notion because of how the media has shaped it. Or what has been put out there, that they want folks to really get how to see it and this, that, and the other. I'm very curious to hear your point of view about black sellouts, and how is it that the UK sees that, and why do you see it that way?
Well, first of all, we have black sellouts in this country. To let me believe that. But when you got people like, we got a guy called Marcus Garver, stuff, people like that. But when I look at your top leaders, your Malcolm X's, your Dr. Martin Luther King's, and pray to him sometimes, but there were double standards laid. You know me? I do believe every if you're looking at something like the Black Panthers or the Nation of Islam, they're all infiltrated by the CIA. I believe this. You know me?
Right.
And they're all paid for, like we have every single what we call far right people in England, which are the far right neo-Nazis. They're all infiltrated, as are the lefties. They're all infiltrated. This is facts in this country because we're the most covered.
Yeah.
This is fact. We're the most camered country in the world, bar none. You me, but the oppression that I don't like Nigel Farrakhan's son, Farrakhan's son, the junior. I just think he's let his country down. He's let his heritage down, and he's let his people down where he could have done some good. Yeah. Same goes a little bit, and I know like he's one of your idols, but Malcolm X, he was a little bit two-sided on one things. That where did all the money go and things? I look into the money and the funding sites of things. You know me, where they could have done well. They could have come out of the projects and built houses. And I notice in your country, in the projects, there's what we call off-license, like spirits, where you can buy alcohol every 100 meters. But go to the suburbs. You don't see that, do you?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Not you go like into the nice parts of Manhattan or wherever you want to go, or in the country. You don't see. You call them liquor licenses, I think. Yeah, we call them off licenses. They're in every project, on every corner, in every street. North Koreans have got them, or whatever race have got them. But you don't go out to the suburbs. You go out to New England, New Hampshire. You ain't seeing them on every street corner.
Now, wait a minute, though. But what I can say is well, that's not the early days of it, but I know like in the late 60s and the 70s and stuff, when I was growing up in the Nation of Islam, our neighborhoods were filled with Black-owned businesses. They were not liquor stores and stuff like that. They were Nation of Islam-owned stores. There were restaurants. There were halal markets. There were shoe stores and cleaners.
But this is where the Jewish are clever. The Jewish people, they buy Jewish, they spend Jewish, they keep the money Jewish. And this is fact. Sorry, in my country they do. I don't know about your country. They do this in my country.
They do that here. They do it here.
They do that here too.
Yeah. Now, if the blacks did that, and or the Hispanics did that, or the Korean, the Koreans do that as well. You with me? They buy Korean. This is what happens in our country. You with me? Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying though. Back in those times, when the Nation of Islam, before, like I guess around the times before Malcolm died, and like around the time when I was little, our neighborhoods were Black owned, the stores, the businesses.
But also, if you look at the biggest employer in your country is a prison system.
That's right.
Right, and in that prison system, 70% are young Black males. That's facts as well.
Tell us.
I'm just sorry. I didn't mean to preach. I'm just.
No, come on,
I try and teach this to the English people. No, we're coming over now. They're starting to give us private prisons like they did in America.
Really?
Yeah. All the prisons are going private. Big business. Yes. Big business.
How does your country deal with? Well, I'm going to use the term as colonizing. That kind of colonizing coming from American style culture and carrying on. How are you guys reacting to all of that?
Because we have places all in England where you can. There are places in England where there will be a big Muslim community, and that's fine. There'll be places where there's Chinatown, like China community. London is the most multicultural place. There's 11 million people live in London. You don't get that problem there with the racism. It's the places when you go out further, like up north or Rochdale. You can go to Manchester, Liverpool, Newcastle, where there's not majority Black or there's not multicultural. Yeah,
right.
But there are many places that are like never maximum black. It's normally Muslims or Pakistanis, Indians, that sort of community. But in general, they don't commit crime. Muslims, they don't. They're peace-loving people.
That's what I keep trying to tell you.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me add this.
Yeah.
Because what we have been permeated with, as far as black folks or people, I'm gonna say melanated. Okay, melanated folks, particularly the darker hues and different ethnicities of dark hues. You know, Palestinians and all of the Stan children, the Pakistans, the Afghanistans, and all of them. There's always seemed to be this divide between the lighter skins and the darker skin varieties of the culture. How is it that you guys over there in the UK, what is that divide over there for melanated people, and why?
It's done by the media. It's done by the media. In the 80s, they used to call it, in the 70s, they called it the Windrush generation. Over here, we called it. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard of the Windrush generation, but from the 70s to 80s, we had a lot of Caribbeans coming over here to do the work the white man's wouldn't do. Yeah.
Oh,
and then you had from the
90s.
Yeah. And then from 90s to the 2000s, we had the Asians from India and Pakistan coming over here doing the jobs the white man wouldn't do. Right. Yeah. And now it's the Eastern Europeans. Now my wife's Eastern European now. She's from Czech Republic, so they come over and they'll do 2 or 3 jobs. Yeah, they'll do 2 or 3 jobs.
We went to Czech one time a long time ago, before it was the Czech Republic. And
Czechoslovakia. It used to be called Czechoslovakia.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
In 89, they had the revolution.
Listen, I was in Hamburg, Germany in 1989 when the damn Berlin Wall came down.
Yeah, that was a revolution. Yeah, it's same in Czech Republic, the communist falling under the communist regime.
So we visited this place in Czechoslovakia that had never seen black people before. Freaked me the hell out.
No,
so
we won't.
The man, we get off the little bus. You know,
probably went to Prague. You probably went to Prague.
I've been to Prague many times. Prague they seen black people before. We went.
Have you gone over St. Charles's Bridge?
It was this little town. I can't even remember the name. I got to call my husband and ask him if he remember the name. But the man, they had never seen black people before. No. And I was so damn scared because I thought this man was going to take my passport. Thought I wasn't going to.
No, never happened. No,
and he just was explained. The lady that came to translate for us was saying he had never seen a black woman before. He thought I was beautiful. I said, Lord, blood, that's nice, but tell him don't talk to me no damn more. But
but that's a paranoid coming from America. I think you don't get that there. Well, if I'm honest with you, English are more stuck up. Yes, Eastern Europeans are really lovely people. Even the white Eastern are really lovely. They're hardworking. They work hard. They want for nothing. They don't ask you for nothing.
Right.
But English has got this tier system which comes down from the aristocracy. Yeah, the royalists. Right. And I hate the royal family because they're not even English. They're German. Their name's Saxon Coburg. That's the Queen's name. It's not Windsor. It's Elizabeth Saxon Coburg.
How
old German.
Is the Queen?
Yeah, the Queen's German.
Was old when we was little.
Yeah, but I'm not a royalist. I'm a Republican. I like.
No, I'm saying I just want to know how old she is.
Oh no, you know
94.
What?
She's 94, and her husband's 99. Now you tell me this: she's been on the throne for over 65 years. It's time for her to give it up, for fuck's sake. Kick back.
Tell you.
But she won't give it to Prince Charles. She will not give it to Prince Charles. It will go to William.
Okay. Let me ask you this, because you just said you're a Republican.
No, I want to be a republic country.
A republic country. You want to be a republic. I got you. I
don't want the royal family there. I'm not a royalist.
Okay.
But I'd just like to give you one stat. We have like a pandemic, I call it, in this country, because I'm big into autism. From 1969, there were 1 in 5,000 autistic children in the UK. Now it's 1 in 53.
Yeah.
In America, it's 1 in 43.
Yep.
And 60% black men.
Really?
You can look the stats up. Yeah, I've got the stats. Come over my show one time.
I never knew that. Now that I never knew. Really?
Yep.
We were having
this department. Get on that for me. Y'all heard what he said. Get on
you said the Queen is German. Are you familiar with her Moorish heritage?
She changed her name in 1903, just before the First World War, because they were going to war with the Germans. If you look her name up, it's called Saxon Goth Coburg. She's German.
Are you familiar with her black heritage?
Yes.
With Queen Charlotte?
Well, yes. She's
Queen Charlotte.
She has a black. Yeah. Well, what they did is she's got 2 or 3 black heritage in the family, shall we say? We call them the family, not the royals. And they went missing, a couple of them. She also had another. There was what they called a black child, and apparently they put him in the mental home. So especially Charlotte, where was she? What happened to her? A lot of things seem to go missing. People seem to go missing. But yeah. But you just her name isn't. She just named herself after Windsor Castle. Yeah, Elizabeth Windsor. Her name's Queen Elizabeth II. Yeah, but if you just do your checks and look up English heritage, Saxon Goth Coburg, I'll put it in the private chat so you can read it properly. Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you put your stuff in there so we can follow you on other platforms and stuff. Okay.
No problem. It's just Brian Helver True, Saxon Goth Coburg.
Brian Hurl, the truth. Well, Brian, I want to thank you.
Yes, I'm so glad you came.
Basically, we just as a channel, because I head the channel, I'm just trying to reach out to some Americans, and we've gone to. Excuse me. The last 3 nights, I've spoken to 3 American channels, and they've come over. We've had Toronto, we've had Detroit, we've had Chicago, we've had Milwaukee, we've had California.
You got all that right here.
I'm from Detroit, and Big Red is from Chicago. Nick is from Philly.
Because we were talking about how Detroit used to have a massive car industry in Detroit in the 70s and 80s. Huge car industry. And that was taken away. Yeah. But you'll see in 20, 30 years, the white people will buy that up and triple all the profit. The same as in Chicago. It's got a massive problem right now. But Detroit had one of the biggest car companies. I think it was Chrysler. I'm not sure. Or something along them lines. GMC. I'm not sure. It was massive as a car company. But the slums, it's a lot of slum areas in Detroit right now. If I'm right, I might be totally wrong. I'm just saying what we've heard.
I just subscribed to your YouTube channel.
I'm sorry?
Okay.
I just subscribed to your YouTube channel.
Okay, thank you. As I say, the first few videos are just about where we've gone at these suprematist racists. We call them neo-Nazis or far right.
Right.
Just one, like in 1 hour alone, if you watch one of the videos, she called my mate the N-word. We recorded her, 41 times. So her channel's going tomorrow. And white supremacists. There's a couple of parodies up there where we take the piss out of the far right racists. Yeah, but we like to have a laugh as well now and again. But my channel's so diverse, as I say. We've got all types of people all over the world on the channel. But we were trying to reach out to America so you can educate us, because we don't know too much. It's such a big country. It's huge. It's huge.
What this here is this is why this exchange is necessary, because you can help us with how we can better have better representation, a better image, a better everything. So that I
think it starts with education first.
Yeah.
First of all, it begins with education, but not the curriculum education that the schools are proposing upon you, like they do in this country. And we even started to homeschool at one point because my wife wasn't happy with what my children were being taught and indoctrinated.
Well, everybody over here been homeschooling because of the pandemic.
Obviously, because of the pandemic, and our children have actually, and we've learned ourselves, because some of the homework, and I've got 6 children. I've got like 26, 22, 12, 11, 34, and
Don't y'all be
4.
laughing? I got 6 kids too.
Yeah, but
no, but he just said 4. The last one is 4 years old, so he's still doing it.
God bless you and your wife's heart. Look,
and I'm 51.
Bless you and your wife's heart.
I've got a young wife now. She's 15 years younger. She's 16 years younger than me. So okay. Yeah. So
I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Is it true that you consider over there American English your slang? English slang.
Well, we get the impression that you quite like the English language, but over here, your culture, even into the English white, what we call young lads, follow your culture. I mean, even our music now, we call it.
Remember, I said that
we call it grime and trill, yeah, grime music and trill music, and I'm 51. I'm big into my rap, and my grime and my drill and stuff like that, and Drake and all that, yeah. And we were showing this to the Americans, but your culture filters here quite. But yeah, it got a lot of white guys do follow, idolize some of your guys out there. With me.
But you guys have always, when it came to like soul music and stuff, for some reason, when you guys did it, I didn't feel like we were being culture vulture.
It was a culturally appropriated, right? It was more like
I don't feel like that.
Yeah, but if you're talking about, you got idols like Luther Vandross, Teddy Pendergrass, The Temptations. Yeah, I'm going back a little bit. I'm showing my age now. The Commodores. Real music.
I'm 51 as well. So yeah, most of us up here are in the 50s. The young one over here, my nephew Israel, he's a young.
Yeah. when you come in with Luther Vandross, who's the king in my eyes. Yeah. Teddy Pendergrass.
Oh, come on.
Go get a light, turn a candle.
Yeah. Listen at how he just said those names. He said those, even how he just said those names, he said their names with pride and joy. It wasn't like it was trying to usurp it and want to take from it.
Go listen to Lenny Williams. Lenny Williams.
Ooh, you know about Lenny Williams.
Don't tell me about Lenny Williams. That man cries when he. Lenny Williams cries when he sings. He cries when he sings.
You got 6 years, so hold on. Let me.
Come on, Brian.
Okay.
And our new UK Connect.
Exactly.
Listen, we as I say to you, we got quite. We call you our cousins from across the pond. That's what we call you.
Wow. Okay. I'll accept that. That's healthy.
Yeah.
That's healthy.
As I say, we got 3 agendas: no racism, no bullying, and no paedophiles. That's my agenda, and that's what we go for.
And I want to adopt that. You know, we're going to be cousins. Okay.
And the only way to stand tight, as we say, is to unite.
There you go.
And now we got to do more than just say it, because we got to put the action behind it. Because right now, over here in this country, to say unite and we got to stay together, unity in the community, those are buzzwords over here. It's cute to say, but we got to put the action behind it. And I believe that what happened with the George Floyd and all of our protesting and carrying on that we did over here with George and Breonna and all the other names that came after that, Ahmaud and all of them, because it was a George
Floyd situation. It's very weird because he was working with that police officer off duty as a doorman. We call them doormen over here, not bouncers. You call them bouncers or callers, I think you call them over there.
Call them bouncers,
Now you tell me, if that man was working as a private security outside of his police officer duties. Now I know he's just offered 27 million to his family. Man, I would have told them to stuck that up their ass. What they did to that man. Give me.
Okay.
But
the man that killed him knew him and was working with him. So don't tell me he weren't selling drugs with that man or doing something or something illegal.
He told us already, E.
Yeah. And why were the 6 police officers around him not pulling him off him?
That's what we said.
Exactly. But what has happened?
Of course, we've had like in England rallies for that George Floyd in here.
And that's what I'm getting to, because all of that, we have never seen this happen before in race relations, but the entire world.
Rodney King. What about Rodney King?
Oh yeah.
Rodney King was the start of it, but the world didn't rally like they did with this one.
George Floyd.
Because
we might not know that.
We've got a thing called Speaker's Corner. I don't know if you've heard of Speaker's Corner.
We see all that back then. We couldn't see it the way we see it now.
That's right. You know what? You may be right, because we didn't have social media, so you might be right. Yeah. Well, we have a thing in London. It's in London Park. It's called Hyde Park, called Speaker's Corner, where you can go and say what the hell you want. Well, we had a George Floyd rally there a couple of months back. Yeah, people coming out.
Yeah, and the Black Lives Matter thing came to light then, Trafalgar Square, but the police sectioned it, was sectioning people off, but the people weren't having it. They just flocked. You hear me? They just flocked.
Wow. I got a question over here. One of our affiliates, Eric over here, the news reporter that he is, he's asking, how did you come across finding this particular show? He's asking, how did he find this particular show? So yeah, how did you find us?
Like I found these other three. We just put Open Debate live channel in America.
He put us in the search engine.
That's all you do. You just Google it. Yeah, Open Debate live channel in America. And my friend found it. The one you heard, Zabida.
What time is it? Isn't it like about 6 or 7 a.m.?
In England, it's 4 o'clock now.
Yeah, I was about to say, I know y'all about.
Right. Oh wow.
I wanted to ask.
She's listening now in the background. What we're trying to do is expand out knowledge that about Islamophobia, about racism, and about paedophiles, and about bullyism. Like we had a young lad would have come over yesterday. He was from where was he from? He was from I think South Georgia, and he'd been bullied all his life. He was a black fella with severe autism, and married to he's only 26. He just got his house, and he's married to a blind lady, and he was so happy to have found an autism channel and a safe place. And we call our channel a safe place. We talk like you do.
About this channel.
So you talk one at a time. That's how we talk. We give everybody the floor one at a time. So we're just trying to reach out to other channels in America and diverse and discuss and converse and educate each other if possible.
Okay, well, listen, that there is everything, and I'm going to say this publicly.
Yeah.
Because what you have just shared with us in this little bit of time has me interested and has me wanting to reach out across the pond, if you will, so that we can expand our horizons, so that we can be partners in. I think all of us are standing for the same things, and just like the Black Panther Party, when they said, "Listen, we may not be able to join together like this because we got some internal work that we got to do over here." But we need the numbers. We need to rally together and stand for a cause together so that we can sit down and get this shit eradicated. Between us over here dishing tea, Eric Buckner, whose question it was, he operates the Nighthawk Network. He's one of our affiliates and things of that nature.
Yes, sir.
Eric, you can find him on his YouTube page, Nighthawk Network. And all of that. Eric, you can find Brian Hurl, The Truth, on YouTube. Go follow his page over there. We're, this here is what it is that we do. I'm very emotional. It's my birthday month. Y'all know I'm in birthday season. Yes, I am.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Yes, I'm 51. So I get very emotional and to
it's
see
all downhill from here, sir. It's all downhill from here.
I get very emotional, and I'm trying to keep my little cool together, because for somebody to come in and say, "Listen, I'm from the UK, and I want to come in. This, you don't know what you just did for me right now. This is just taking us into the stratosphere over here." And I personally want to be able to lend whatever assistance that we can over here with both the live content here, and I'll send you my information, because all the three co-hosts over here, Aunt Nikki and Big Red Fella, we all are entities, and we collaborate. We all have radio shows and talk platforms and this, that, and the other, and then we collaborate here for the live. This here is what we do. Okay.
Well, I've just put in the private chat. That's my email in the private chat. Yeah, for you. Yeah. So
I already sent you a message on your comments on your other page.
Okay, my darling. Yeah, as I say, but we're just about trying to learn, educate, debate. Yeah, because I have quite a few strong characters who debate, not nasty, but like to know things, and they are eager to learn, and they're eager to try and educate as well. And I've got quite a few scholars on, and we just want to unite and stop this arrogance of people and be humans.
Say that. Okay. Oh, I am loving this. I'm loving this. I am so loving this, and I'm gonna take us out on a high note because there's nothing to follow. We don't. We don't even have to follow this up with nothing and carry it on. And okay, listen. There's nothing else to do, y'all. There is nothing else to do but to make sure that we go out here in love and in support of one another.
And in peace. And in love and in peace.
Yes.
Share the love. Share the love. Share the love. Share the love.
Share it, spread it, wear it, honey. Be it. Become it.
But I ain't having no more children. I'm not having no more children. Let me tell you.
I love it.
So let me see the
listen. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you. We thank you for coming on up in here, honey. Listen, honey.
Thank you. No, thank you, sir. Thank you. And I appreciate you coming on the time. Anytime, you're more than welcome. Yeah. And I'll send me the link and I'll link and subscribe you. As I say, we're only 500 subscribers strong so far, but we're only been going 3 weeks. But we've hit 50,000 views, so we're doing something right.
Yes, you are. Okay. Yes, you are.
Okay.
So on
I salute
that note,
you all.
Salute. Thank you.
Bye, Brian.
Thank you. Take care, people. Have a nice day. Take care.
You too. Take care.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you and talking to you.
Honey, listen, I'm shutting it down. I can't do nothing else. I can't do nothing else. Y'all know how I am, honey. Y'all know how I get. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you may finish all of your crumpet sugars because the tea has been dished. We done had some real English tea, okay, today. Okay. So, honey, if you love me, tell a friend, honey. If you hate me, tell all of your motherfucking enemies. But do know this. One way, shape, style, form, or fashion, everything that we're doing over here will move forward. God just gave us a great big old sign with being international with the UK. Let me say thank you to Lanier for coming up in and giving us what you gave us, baby. Because I'm still on that. That's a damn good argument as far as understanding white sexual energy and all of that. Yeah. Oh, that's real.
Thank you.
My nephew over here, Mr. Israel, for this knowledge and carrying on with your research and things and all of that.
Thank you for having me, Uncle Meech.
I've done my research, honey. The research is saying this and the research is saying that. You better give. Okay.
Thank you.
So in that, honey, I'm full, honey. I'm so full right now, I can't stand my own ass. Okay. I can't stand my own ass. Okay. We done have Buck up in here for half a second, giving us the information on making sure y'all get y'all paperwork in order. Important paperwork. You need your paperwork in order, baby. Get your paperwork in order. Okay? So that your final expenses are your final expenses and not the family's. Okay? Get your paperwork in order. So having said all that, my darlings, let you guys go. Wait a minute. Let me make sure I'm ready to do this damn thing without surfing all over every yeah, here we go. I didn't even run no commercials today, but that's all right. That's all right. Oh, Chad, this is
you didn't need no commercials on the
honey. How about that? Okay, how about that? So on that note, my darlings.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
And scene.
All right.